That's a good thing. Good start. Everything looks pretty good. I think it was leaked somewhere.
Okay, awesome.
So that's mine for Mark.
I'm for both. I just signed up for the mastermind position. So whoever fit game, I'm here for it.
Together.
They're gonna drop some gems so you better take it over.
I'm not, I got it.
It's crazy because I from my wife here. She was like 6 months pregnant.
No.
We were seeing the day later she gave birth.
No way.
Baby said the nuggets are good. Next time
Yeah.
you go.
You guys hear me? Check, check.
Yes.
You guys want to know how Warren Buffett does the mic check?
Speak with your chest.
Hello, hello. You guys want to know how Warren Buffett does the mic check?
Yeah.
1 million, 2 million. Outside, we also order some pizza for you guys and make sure you guys be fed. We're gonna start at 8 o'clock. All right?
Sounds good. Music goes again.
Yeah, I'll try.
And talk loud.
Yeah, no, that's true. That way.
Yeah.
Another water. Are you want to be in the five?
Maybe accomplish the scripture behind the decision behind the
I'm like, this guy. He has his own podcast, Real Talk. No, you never heard of it? He has, you ever heard of the 75 podcast? Yeah. Yeah. That's one of the biggest podcasts for some development. Yeah, I know it's good. It's good. It's definitely a change from what you see on the algorithm and stuff. And he did like a car show in Riverside yesterday.
Really?
Yeah. Like yeah. Is that far from you?
Alright.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're super happy. Chris and Yan were like, no. And I was like, okay, let's go.
Alright.
Oh, yeah. So we talked to people. Oh, you're good. It's the car music.
That's the most important.
Oh, yeah. It's the environment. Because you don't know what you're walking into. Hey. I'm actually part of that. Sorry about that, friend. I'm Tracy. I'm good. Also, some of your face. Yeah, there's some coffee. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, it's always nice to see people.
each time we come out, people start to know us.
Yeah.
Like we met Tracy. Oh yeah.
Yeah. A year? Oh yeah, a year.
It is funny because
Was it the BTT?
yeah, I think so. One in the
Yeah.
Oh wait, those outside.
Oh, it was a credit. The
Yeah.
credit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I saw you guys. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's good. The tips, yeah, the tips. Sometimes it's just good just it's like you have to spit it out. You have to get it. It's good nuggets.
I do have some people that are asking for it. So I just want to send it. That way they could join. You have my number? You do? Yeah. Perfect. There you go. You have the Wi-Fi?
Yeah, I should be on there. Oh, we still got about 30 minutes. Wait for the pizza. They have turkey, ham, and pastrami. Yeah, I had two earlier, and yes, cool.
Tracy and John. Your first time? Just let it go. Just to have your
It's good, man. It's just understanding his business and his situation more or less. You know, it blows my mind because like he doesn't really have it. You know what I mean? Like credit cards, accounts. You know what I mean? Like he is true bootstrapping, money coming in, money going out. You know what I mean? I know we can help his business. I think it's just a little bit of time and building everything out, but giving him good relations with our banks. You know, so I'm gonna introduce him to a couple of my bankers, so one-on-one, so he can keep the relationship, help him get funded. So I know right now we're gonna shoot for like 100 in the next like 2 weeks, just to like fix something, and then go for a lot larger. You know, set him up correctly because he's just grinding. He's grinding, bro, and I'm like,
I promise you, man, this guy already does. That's all I know.
yeah, and that, I mean, it's paid off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now it's like, okay, let's set it up and let's be someone the next 90 days, the next 6 months, so he can really maximize. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm gonna introduce him to a couple of my bankers, get him some good loans. I think honestly, before we even hit SBA, we should be happy with it. You know what I mean? Or at least having the availability of slight further on the $200,000. I think it's hard. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's there. It just needs to be organized.
So what creates that? Is it because of his cash flow, his sales?
Both. You know what I mean? You're seeing a lot of deposits, right? But like then you'll see him purchase equipment, right? Which is neat, you know. But he's making those purchases checks. You know what I mean? So instead of doing checks, there's other ways of paying people. You know what I mean? So showing the bank that is gonna be like, damn, like this needs to be fixed, right? For example, I told him I can get my U.S. bank to say, hey, look. If you're averaging, let's just say $500,000 in merchandise buys every month, and that's coming back, and you're making 40, 50 grand every month, you're making that 10, 20% bracket, which is healthy for the bank. Now I want to convince the bank to give them a line of credit. So if the cash can actually sit in his account, you know what I mean, and he can just see his cash. You get me? So he can use the line of credit.
Because right now it's money in, money out.
Exactly. And then like whatever's left, he's still paying it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's just like, okay, he like for example, he told me that he wants to buy I don't know if it's like 5,000 pounds of flattener. I don't know if that's right or not. I can't consider right. But he's like, after 5,000, I'm gonna make like 80 cents per pound and da. And I'm like, I get what you're doing. You're gonna buy this gold because it's cheaper, just like anyone else, and then sells it for football season in April, etc. But he needs to make that investment now. So in my head, I was just like, what if we gave him, for example, just for that 1 month, a 0% credit card, right? He could swipe by it, make the monthly payment, which is roughly about $500, right? But he never paid any interest, so he makes more money, right? Instead of getting loans where the interest is so high, so instead of him, let's say, making 100 grand, interest cutting $30K, that's $30K in his pocket that he could have kept. You get me? So it's things like that we want to set him up. It's just gonna take a little bit of time, right? Things need to be processed, but I think right now we'll get him his first 100. You know what I mean? Just so he can get out of a situation that he's currently in, so he can save money because he's paying.
Yeah. And that was what I was like. One of the things that I wanted to get, because it's like I know that business is pretty good, and he knows how to sell and all that. Like he can get the clients, but it's just
yeah. So right now, that's why I want to help him like organize and fix that part, and then be like, all right, cool. Here's like 100K in capital. now, you do your thing now. You need extra capital for what you're already using. So that's kind of how I want to do it. The business is profitable. The numbers are wild, and I just want to show some creativity because there's things out there that are traditional.
Yeah.
You get me? And I want him to be okay with that. Because, for example, I can get him a line of credit for $100,000 right now with what he has, and I don't know what this will be off the top of my head, but you're talking about, a 10% payback every month.
Yeah.
You get me? It's nothing crazy. But he's able to pull from it. He's able to swipe. He's able to do that shit.
Yeah.
So it's gonna take a little bit of time, but it's possible.
Yeah, he was fired up after that.
Yeah, I'm glad it helped. Sometimes, like when I go to these things, it's kind of like, man, like what am I gonna be able to do? Because believe it or not, sometimes I run out of gas too. You know what I mean? I run out of gas. I'm like, I don't even have a car, right? But he understands a lot, which really helps me explain to him. And there's a lot more options than like SBA. People go to SBA because it's the first thing they know. That's the first big thing they know,
Well, yeah, he only knew about it because that other guy now.
The white guy.
Yeah, well, I think. Yeah, whatever. But he only knew about that because of him, and so he was just trying to follow it, which is fine. But like when I met you guys,
I know there's a lot. There's a lot, bro. Like for his business right now, like I want to make sure like do his business credit report. The person needs a little bit of help, but nothing crazy, And
you got up to like 680.
right now, one of them is 720. So it's moving up. Maybe, but we can speed that up. We can manipulate it, So I want to figure that out. I'm actually going back up there tomorrow. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. I'll be there tomorrow. I gotta work on this file before I get there somehow.
Yeah, that's always the tough part.
Yeah. We doing this, we doing that. Yeah, but I'm gonna work on this file. I started already, but some of the stuff was still behind, so all right, maybe. But no, we should have something good for him. See if we can refi his NCA, get him out of that stuff.
Also, his daughter is looking to open up coffee shop up the Victor.
Okay.
Yeah, so I told her to come out, but kids.
Yeah. How's
is 23. Okay. Yeah, 24. She's always been like, entrepreneur, kind of thing, and she's buying everything little by little. She already has a location, but maybe you can just talk to him about her too. That'll be another client for you. Let's help her out.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, we're here to help, man, and see what we can do for everyone. I ran myself through a lot of ways. Maybe not all the new ones, but I understand them now. So that's really well to be like clients. I think your uncle's business is probably going to be actually the biggest one of this year. I've been doing, minimum $2 million businesses kind of thing. And you don't get no difference. You know what I mean? But it's cool to understand it because the same fundamentals fucking work for me. So
and what's even crazier is you talk about this uncle, I have another uncle that's been in business for 30 years.
same thing?
No, he does cutting for like shirts.
Okay.
So he'll just cut out the shape. They lay the fabric, they lay it out. And then he'll have machines that cut it and stuff. Yeah, but he's had it for like 30 years.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, we don't have any business, bro. It's just being creative, seeing what and whatever we can change, adjust, and fix, we can do. I just hate when people are on a tight schedule, like, fuck, I need to figure this out. But we'll be able to.
Yeah.
We'll be able to, bro. I'm going to step outside.
Yeah. Same here, man.
Everything that you are doing is negative. So whenever you get ready to call, right. So that's well, I mean, like, have enough, like, I don't know. I was just like, well, let me kind of pick up what you have, because I want to let you know what I have. And they're like, yeah, I just have a, just right now I can do it. And so I told them, you know, it's going to impact your years, your first year, the illustration is your job. But again, it's like, okay, well, we understand. Make sure you cancel, so if you have to lower it right now, then we check, you know. And eventually they do have it. Yeah, I mean, it does. Eventually, we see the business. It's like credit. Right. And they just it'll flag you. It can get audited. Or you can even let's just say, for example, happens to but I think the bigger picture is like, it's alright. You need a little bad look at your kind of convert my focus for what I'm doing. It's okay. You know, but it is. You're not gonna start back at zero and negative zero. Yeah. Especially if you do a good job. You want to make sure cricket. All of a sudden, where's the cricket? It's already. That's where you see which sucks, and like you have to be sure of myself that I don't want to. Right. You have to
I'm so sorry to bother you. You there? Okay.
I call your book. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah. Like now we're gonna have to get to the bottom of it. Like, this is going on. Let me know. Probably a page right now. Yeah, and I think the biggest thing is like, there's more power in like, thank you. Yeah, that's one battery. Like you talking about popcorn. Still got the that's why next time you want to mortgage, I'm not gonna forget. Why you remember this? And that's also good because you don't want to be like, oh, I know let me think of that I don't know. You forget that. No, but I didn't think like that. So I was like, oh, you don't have nothing to talk. You have all kinds of- I love it. I love it. I have one guy. And he let me know. Like you don't even know that man. Your car needs to be down. Yeah, you need to get it up. Wow. And that's good. Because you can, I think but then you see them at home.
You guys, can you guys hear me? Check 1, 2. You guys hear me?
It's
Beautiful.
yeah. Yeah, no, you're good.
Hey guys, we're about to start real quick. There's sodas in the fridge. We got a lot of drinks for you guys. Obviously, you guys know about the coffee. There's pizza. Please grab some, take it to your chair, and we'll start in 5 minutes. Real quick, raise your hand if you drove more than 50 miles to come here.
I think that sounds good.
50 miles, okay. More than 100? About everybody about 40. No, I think, how many miles is it from where you were at?
70.
Oh, 70. So you're going to get a shirt.
Everyone knows everyone.
Yeah, definitely. Raise your hand if your email inbox is more than 10,000.
That's why you get another email for that.
20,000? Man, that's like a new phone. You need a new phone for that. Man. Okay, cool. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Show of hands if you have a business. Perfect. Okay, I just want to get a feel for the room. And don't get offended when I ask this question. This is going to be kind of. Raise your hand if you've made more than 250K. Okay. Oh, thank you. Okay, cool. More than a mil? Come on, JB. Almost there, right there. Al millonazo. Okay, cool. All right. More than 3 mil? Come on, John. Okay.
24 or currently? The trick question.
And all life, a lifetime. Yeah. Okay, cool. We'll just make sure everyone grab a seat so we can start, please. I want you guys are getting the most ROI for you guys to come out and drive out content and credit. Raise your hand if it's your first time here. Nice. I love it. What do you guys think? Nice?
Thank you, it's mine. No, just kidding.
Someone said too small. Man, that's thinking big. I love it. Cool. So my idea with content and credit came about when I feel like content gets you more visibility. Okay, would you guys agree?
Yeah.
Right? Like I say this, and you guys probably heard this, right? If they don't know you, they can't for you, right? Like seriously. And I feel like can a video get negative views? Someone said, can a video get negative views?
Yes.
Who said yes? Oh, yeah, video can't get negative views. All right, so when you post and you're like, hey, I only got 100 views, you know what a room full of 100 people looks like, right? It's like almost like this, a little less. I mean, a little more. But what I'm saying is, would you rather knock on 100 doors or do a video that gets 100 views? Yeah, do a video, right? And I know some people are like, well, I'm scared, or my aunt's gonna say something about me or something like that. Well, who cares? All right, there's 4 words that are literally gonna crush everyone if you don't start making content. And the 4 words are, what will they think? All right, and that stops a lot of us, okay? I never knocked on one door. When I was little, I think I was selling candy. I was selling Duvalin for 25 cents. But other than that, I've never knocked on doors. Why? Because I've always used my content to get more eyeballs, right? You can have the best business, literally. I'm looking at a lot of you right now. You guys have a great business, but your content sucks, okay? Or you're not even investing in ads so your video can be seen. So it goes back to that question. If you're not making 250K at least, it's because you're not valuing your content or your marketing. And it's all an investment at the end of the day. I recently had a video hit, I think like 1.2 mil in less than a week, organic, okay? And that's a lot of eyeballs. That was a lot, okay? Who knows what ManyChat is? Anybody know what ManyChat is? Okay, cool. So ManyChat is, you make them comment something, they'll comment something, and then it'll send them an automatic DM. Okay, it's like I think we're paying like $50 a month. For me, that's like an employee. $50 a month, I'll hire that person. Why? Because they're responding to automatic email DMs. So what I mean by that is, you're right here, you're at this event. What if someone DM'd you and you don't have ManyChat? You're missing out on an opportunity, okay? And the more opportunities you have, the more money you can make. Okay, so if you don't have ManyChat, I mean, we'll talk about that from all the speakers, how ManyChat's important. ManyChat causes more of a lead flow, and I'll give you guys this small hack, okay? Create a video of you either at your office or working on something, and you're talking to that person, but like vaguely, right? Hey, thanks for commenting. It's me, Santiago. Do me a favor. Can you just leave me your name and number, and I'll have me or my team contact you, right? It'll make them more trustworthy to give you a name and number. Just with that video. Have that video saved, and you can even do it in morning session, afternoon session, evening session, because it'll follow up with the ManyChat. Because my ManyChat, it's pretty much, hey, thanks for contacting us. Please give us your name and number, and text us the word credit when you're done with the analysis. So mine comes with a link of a credit analysis, so they can do. Takes like less than 5 minutes, and it costs like $1. So we let them know it costs $1, takes less than 5 minutes, and once you're done with it, please text us your name and number to the number listed, and then that has our VAs follow up with them. Okay, that one viral video that got like 1 million views, we probably got like a good how many leads would you say? Let me see. Where's the team at? Oh, they're not here. I would say, it's Victor. Okay, I would say we probably got like a good 500 to 600 leads from that video, right? And that was organic. That was from one video. Okay, I recently started running ads like a month ago because I want to scale, right? Our company just hit 1 million in a year and a half with no ads, but I value my content. Like, my content is key for me, right? I want to be able to grab your attention. Like I said, I'm a bigger guy, so I'm going to do it with some funny stuff, okay? The car stuff or the lifestyle marketing, that's cool, but you want to be relatable. Because I think I went through that phase where, like, okay, dude, no one's rocking with me. Let me get the Porsche. Let me get the i8. And that was just kind of like a phase that I went through, trying to not in a way, not fake it till you make it, because I wanted those cars, but it was kind of like lifestyle marketing. But I wasn't connecting with the people. I tell people I have a 6-figure watch because my book right there, Como Se Dice Credit, is on my screensaver on my watch, my Apple iPhone watch. And that book alone has made me 6 figures, just a book. But I'll talk about that after my speech. But I now lost my track of thought, but I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, content, yeah. Being relatable and being authentic, right? If you can really do that, you're going to connect with people regardless, okay? Yes, sometimes having that Gucci shirt helps. It does, because people like that kind of stuff. And people want to see that you're making money. But I think beyond that, people want to see the information that you're giving. Is it valuable enough for them to use it? And hey, look, it worked. This fat dude over here telling us about the pledge loan, And I went to the bank and then I used it and, I got 30 points. So what is that? That gives me validity. That gives me trust. That gives me, top of the mind awareness. So if someone's maybe needs bad credit, they might refer me to, because of something that they did. And I feel like a lot of people, they hoard information and they don't give it out enough. Like, you're not inventing something new. Whatever you know, someone already done it like 10, 20 times, but you're giving someone an opportunity to open their mindset too with the information that you have. Okay. So yeah, I'll start off with our first speaker. By the way, my name is Santiago Guilford. Thank you very much for coming to Content and Credit. This was like a 1 week notice, week and a half that we kind of comprised, and I'm glad for all the speakers, Michelle, Mark, Paolo. Thank you guys for your time. And I'll bring up the first speaker. I'll give you guys a little story of how we met. Who's never been to like a conference? Raise your hand if you like never been to like a conference. Never been. Okay, wow. Okay, good. So the relationships in these rooms are really valuable because you're gonna learn from other people that maybe you relate to them, or maybe they're doing something in a higher fashion that you want to learn from at the end of the day. But these are where relationships are made. Okay, so don't shortchange yourself. Like, I remember when I would go to these conferences, I was so bad at relationships. Like, I was bad. Like, I would just go, hi, how you doing? Nice to meet you. My name's so-and-so. I would get a phone number and then like, I wouldn't know what to do. Okay, I got this number, but what am I doing? And I think the biggest thing was I didn't have nothing of value to give them. Like, I didn't know enough. So I kept going and going, and I'm like, oh shoot, I learned this. Okay, I learned that. And I would implement it. Even if I failed, I would implement and implement and implement. Fail. Okay, that works. Okay, cool. Keep doing it, and it works. But it all starts from conferences. It all starts from meetup, even free meetups. Okay, but we all know like free meetups, you only go so far with free meetups because you're not taking action on the information because it was free. Okay, so when you go to the paid ones, I mean, show of hands, I'm sure, most of us here, we pay like $5,000, $10,000 to be in a room with other like-minded people. Where I met Mark, I think I paid like $3,000 to be in that room. And I like saying this story because it's funny, but he had a shirt on that said, I always get it wrong, but I sell money. And I was like, oh, that's a cool shirt, right? And I was like, hey man, how you doing? Nice to meet you, Santiago. And he's like, oh, cool, man. And I was like, hey, where you out of? He goes, oh, I'm in Riverside. And I'm like, all right, cool. I live in Corona. And then we started chopping it up from there. And that's where I would have not met Mark if I didn't go to that event. And yes, did it cost a lot for me at that time? $3,500? Wow, man, that was my mortgage. But at the end of the day, you're investing back into yourself, investing back into your brand. And if you believe in yourself as much as you say you do, right? Invest. Even if you go down to zero, just know it will pay if you execute on the information. So I want to bring up the first speaker, Mark Miller from Access.
Appreciate it.
Oh, mic him up. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. How's everybody doing?
Come on, give him some more energy.
How's everybody doing? I know it's.
You want coffee? You guys want coffee?
Cafe. Everybody gonna be bouncing off the wall at about 10 o'clock. Ain't nobody go to sleep. Nah, give it up for Santiago, man. Solid dude. Definitely have been able to build with him and make money and make relationships. So your circle, we always talk about audit your circle. You know, the 5-6 people who you talk to on a daily. Look at your phone. Who are those people that you talk to the most? You know, are they anchors or engines? You know, we all know what that is. An anchor is something that's what holding you down, slowing you down, causing degradation. The engine is something that's propelling you forward. And so it's important to have people like him around you, and other like-minded individuals that propel you, push you forward, challenge you, test you. And so I appreciate him. So Access Capital, I think I said it before, it started out of a personal need, obviously trying to figure out how do I get money to start this business that I had, this idea that I had. And that's what most of us have. It starts with what I call IP, intellectual property. It starts with just an idea. And so not knowing how to have a conversation with an institution, with a lender, with a bank, with private money, with an investor is where it all started. And that's where most of us here today are trying to figure out, okay, how do I get my hands on capital, access? What is credit? What is leverage? What are all these things that I'm hearing every day on TikTok and Instagram, and go set up your LLC and get 150,000 to 0% and all that stuff? Who's seen that and clicked on that and was like, okay, it sounds dope, but what is it? There's a process to all that. And so I'm gonna tap into a little bit of that, but I want to keep with the theme of content and credit. So who makes content right now? But all of us have some type of content, right? But a lot of us don't make the content for various reasons. All right. So hopefully after tonight, we'll start making more content, because believe it or not, there's opportunities to leverage your content. All right. There's ways that a lot of lenders, well, not a lot of lenders, but there's lenders that are out there that specifically look at the data. We're in a data-driven society where the data is important. All right. I mean, you wouldn't believe where data is right now. And so being able to use your content to raise capital, to have a conversation for you is important. There's banks, there's programs that are targeted to content and creators. Now there's what's called a creator economy now. There's a whole economy that's dedicated to creators. And we've seen it. I mean, we've seen when TikTok shut down for a hot second, how many people almost lost everything. They just went crazy because a lot of people are making a lot of money on TikTok, and Instagram and, content and brand deals and stuff like that. And if that's you tonight, you definitely want to pay attention. You want to understand, how do you leverage your content? Because the game is all about leverage. That's what it's about. It's about leverage. What do you provide? What problem do you solve? But like Santiago said, what value do you have to the marketplace that you can leverage, flip that into an opportunity, and monetize it? Because at the end of the day, you want to monetize your time, energy, and effort. Okay? You don't have to be perfect to start, but you got to start, right? So done is better than perfect. A lot of us get stuck, including myself at times. I'm on this quest to try to find me a avatar that's somebody that's just gonna duplicate me at this point. Create me an avatar with AI that I don't have to always be the one doing it. Because that's where we are. Some of the stuff that's out there, you don't even know if it's real or if it's not, because it looks so authentic. But at the end of the day, your story, who you are, what you do, what you provide, what problems you solve, how do you show up to the marketplace is an asset. And so I want to talk about a little bit how companies like Breeze, Fundmates, Carrot, Biz to Credit, these are just all some of the lenders in the marketplace that as a business, first and foremost, but as a business that, because if you're a content creator, okay, or just a business owner that is content, that is collateral. How many knew that that's collateral? That's leverage, because it gives you social presence. It gives you what I call social currency, because you're out there in the marketplace, whatever you do, if you're a real estate agent, if you fix credit, if you're a business broker, if you're an attorney, if you teach a class, whatever it is, there's a marketplace that somebody is saying, okay, what do they do? What problem do they solve? And how do I connect with them? And so as you pivot and say, okay, I want to scale this, I want to create a business out of this content or this opportunity that I have through social media. But what do all businesses need to have? Customers, for one. It's another C. You need cash. You need money. And so starting off, that's where a lot of us run into these roadblocks. And Santiago and myself, we're real big on how do we educate people, first and foremost, on personal credit. Where are you? Where do you stand? Are you a 4, 5, or 6? Where do you stand in personal credit? Okay, let's identify that. Let's talk about that real quick. And then as you graduate, once you identify what your challenges are, what your opportunities are with personal credit, if you happen to have a business, how do we talk about business credit and business funding? You've got somebody that's going to really deep dive into that. And so some examples or use cases where content can be collateral or credit worthy is reoccurring subscriptions. If you create content or you have a community because you've built a following, you've built something that people are attracted to, that you have a school community or you have a GHL community or whatever community, and people follow you and people tap into you and you're providing value and people are paying you a subscription. Most successful companies find a way to create what's called MRR. Who knows what that is? Say it out loud if you know what it is. Monthly recurring revenue. That's money when you sleep. So if you built a brand or you provide value or a service or an opportunity where you can create a subscription behind what you do, that is collateral. Because can you imagine having 1,000 subscribers at $100 a month? That's what? $10,000 a month that you can take to an institution or an investor or somebody that finds value, wants to pour into your business, and use that as collateral, because now they know you have what's called future revenue. So there's a lending opportunity attached to that. So say you have these subs that's doing 10,000 a month and you need another 50 grand or you need another 100 grand, you can leverage the fact that you have monthly recurring revenue. Not only does that look attractive to certain lenders, that makes your business a multiple. That evaluates your business or your company because you have monthly recurring revenue. So subscriptions. Some influencers or people that create content have what's called sponsorship contracts, brand deals. Like you can use that, in my world, that's called accounts receivables. I have a brand deal with, I don't know, Chanel or makeup line, Fendi, whatever, I don't know. And it's worth $35,000 or something, but you haven't been paid out that $35,000. They've only inked the deal, gave you an advance of $5 grand. There's 30 grand pending, but I need my bread. I need my money. You can come to someone like me and help you get 90% of that right now. So now you have most of your money up front as an accounts receivable because you have a brand deal that you've locked in because you create content. So now that gives you access to that capital immediately that you don't have to wait for them to do a net 30 and net 60 fulfillment. So now you can take that money and pour it back into marketing, ads, travel, whatever you need to do, so you don't have to wait. How many knew that? Okay. So there's other ways that you can create that. Digital assets, your intellectual property is collateral. The funnels, the lead gen from your content. I said communities. All those things can create opportunities for you in the marketplace if you're creating content. Okay, so there's ways to take what you do, again, as a content creator and credit and leverage it so you can graduate into other things. How many people have a actual corporation structure right now? Okay, a few of us. How many people have an idea because they want to start a business? So either you're a business owner right now? Raise your hand. Okay. So half of the room, they have a business. And how many of us in here, be honest, understand how to leverage your business? A little bit. Okay. Now, is it because you just don't know, or you don't know where to go, or what resources are available and that are out there? Both? Okay. So again, the reason why we're back at this mansion is because we want to expose you to these resources. We want to get you in front of the lenders because we've walked through this process. We've done a number of these things already. And so there's nothing like being in the room where you can immediately gain access to somebody that can help you level up or graduate to an opportunity by collateralizing or leveraging something you've built or you started. Okay? So continue to come to these opportunities, okay? So again, using your assets to graduate into collateral is important. I had another note. So there's some banks like On Deck, Credibly, I'm just throwing them out there, Headway Capital, American Express Business, Capital One Small Business, Wells Fargo Business, that do what's called soft pulls on your business. So as you're creating content, you're gaining brand deals, you have subscribers, so you have all this revenue coming into the business checking account. How many people got a business checking account with their business? Because I can't tell how many people have a business and they're running money through their personal account. Somebody's shaking their head back there. And you miss out on a huge opportunity because you done ran $100,000 into this personal account because it needs to be a business checking account. It must be a business checking account. So you're creating content, you have customers, you have subscribers, checking all these boxes, all right? You're checking all these boxes. So now you get to go to a number of these institutions and provide them with bank statements, provide them with resources, with assets, because that alone has its own conversation. The bank statements show revenue. So now there's lending opportunities just because of that. We just got you what? 75,000 because we were doing some business and into his business bank account. I told him what to do, pull the trigger. They offered him 75 grand. He's a general contractor. So can you imagine having a project that requires you to front 30, 40 grand for supplies or whatever that might be, that you don't have to tie up your liquidity, your money. You use OPM. There's leverage. So if you're creating content, you have this business, you're checking all these boxes, you have stubs, you have all these things that give you an opportunity, business checking account, there's no reason why you should not get access to capital, whether you have good credit or bad credit. Ideally, good credit, because the opportunities are even greater, the numbers and the rates are better. But if you don't have credit, then there's still opportunities to get capital with the revenue that's running through your business credit. But you gotta have a business checking account. You gotta have a business checking account. And so we're gonna emphasize things like that. We're gonna educate you, expose you to those things. And there's so many other lending opportunities that Paulo, me, Santiago, that we wanna offer you guys. We wanna show you how to actually get money and then reinvest it back into your business, okay? So do you have that set up, Jay? So if you, what's the word they're texting? So if you text the word playbook to, 951-457-6707. So 951-457-6707. Text the word playbook.
457?
Yeah, 457-6707. Technology. So just give you a free resource to get you guys, exposed to it. Because there's no reason why, if you're checking all those boxes, you're creating content, you're getting brand deals, people are inboxing you saying, hey, we want you to promote our product. You created a community that has subscribers. You need to leverage all that data and stop using your money. Stop always just using your personal credit. Use the bank's money. It's a game of leverage. You make up and leverage what you lack in ability. You can only do so much in and of yourself. So you create these ecosystems, you create these verticals around you, with you, that give you these better opportunities, okay? So text the number, tap in with me, and that's my time.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Mark. Show of hand, who has built business credit? Okay, cool. Who wants to build business credit? Perfect, good. You guys are on the right track. Who knew, or no, you know what? Raise your hand. Who didn't know that you can do a business secure loan? What's that? So same thing, like, I'm big on the pledge loan, right? Where like you put up your own capital and then you pay it off 3 days later. And then it'll report at the end of the month because you have a loan 95% paid off. And that's a strategy that I like to use because it's not just the points, but you're building with that bank specifically, and your credit profile is boosting up because of that pledge loan. You can do it multiple times, but as long as you have one good one, a 5,000, a 3,000 one, and you're getting the money right back. I think a lot of people have it misconstrued where like they think you put 3,000, right? The bank gives it to you back, and then you pay it off with another 3,000. No, you're using the same money to pay off that loan, and you just leave 20 to $100. Okay, so that's going to show, like I said, a 95% loan paid off on your report. A lot of lenders, they use FICO 2, 4, and 5. All right, and FICO 2, 4, and 5 hits strongly on paid off loans. So by you doing that, that will benefit you if you're looking to buy a house, right? Or getting something from the bank, lending wise, primarily a home. And just it's powerful things like that we don't know. Like I don't blame you guys. I blame the school system, right? Like I made this post where like I graduated from USC and I had no idea nothing about credit. Literally, I graduated from USC and I'm like, okay, cool. I'm smart as hell. Don't know nothing about credit. So that's why I fell in love with this, because I'm like, if I'm struggling with credit, how many people are really struggling? And it's okay to like be like truthful, like, hey, my car got repossessed. As a man, I never wanted to share that. It's like, oh man, dude, my neighbor saw my car get repossessed like 5 years ago. That made me feel like this. Like, oh man, I'm there. But what it did was it pushed me to like never go through that ever again. And the quick story, some of you guys know the story, some of you guys don't. My grandma passed away, and to transfer her body from Cali to Peru was $15,000. $15,000 I didn't have. I only had $3,000 in the bank, and I was supposed to go to my mortgage. And I asked family, called family, hey cuz, hey uncle, can we chip in, so we can transport grandma to Peru? And they said, no, I ain't got no money. And I'm like, dude, I told my wife, I never want to ask for family ever again. So I separated myself for 5 years from my family. I still don't talk to a majority of them. Just because it's like, not to say I'm better than them, but I'm still building, right? They know I have a company. If they want to, come fix their credit, by all means. But sometimes family, they're the last ones to really support you because I don't want them to see my credit, or I don't want them to know what's going on. I had a good talk with Jocelyn about it. And I think that's, I don't want you to see my credit, hey, we all go through some struggle. You're not human if you didn't struggle, You know, so I share that because I feel like your story should be told, right? Our roller coaster as an entrepreneur. You know, I came last week. Who was here last week? Who's on my bank account? Right? That's real. For those of you that missed it, my bank account had negative 180.
Show it today now. That wire hit.
I still need more zeros. But you know, I say that because the company just did $1 million. Why is my bank negative 180? But I have a lot of investments out. You know, my house got about 400 in equity, 400K. Good money in the stock market. Like I have money out. And I say that because most people, they don't have money out. And then they have a low bank account. And that's a real issue. But if you fix your credit and know how to leverage it, right, you can get back up there. I have, like I mentioned before, I have almost like 300K in credit, which is nothing compared to other people. People have $1 million in credit. That's what I want to get to. You know, having $1 million in credit, that'll open even more doors. But you have to start somewhere, right? I leverage Navy Fed, 20K in 95 days. That's my strategy. That's my go-to. Everyone here can get access to 20K in 95 days. Just follow the blueprint that I talk about on my videos. And the info is free. You know, one of my mentors told me, if you can't get free information, you don't know enough. So let that sink in. So if you're in a business and you're talking to your client, give the information out for free. They're not going to execute on it, and it'll make you stand out. Like, look, you know, when we get on our sales calls, I want to make sure the team is just giving everyone value. Hey, did you hear about the pledge loan? Are you a Navy Fed? Are you, this is some free actionable steps that people can do. But reality is, you know, I tell you to do something, and it's like there's no sense of urgency. That's why, don't take this wrong, rich people move fast, poor people move slow. You know, but it's not like poor, don't think, poor, like, pobrecito. No, it's the poor, that poor mindset. Yeah, that's why you guys are here. You guys need to, be in a different room, okay? The reason you're not making the money you want to make is because you're hanging around people that are making the same money. You're making 50K a year, that's okay. Your coworkers are probably making the same thing. So how are you going to get to 100K or 200K, right? You have to hang around someone making that money. And then the circle elevates, okay? We were having conversations, like when I started entrepreneurship, like I just want to make 100K in a year. Like that was the goal, 100K in a year. And now me and Mark are working on something where we're trying to make 100K in a day. Paolo too. 100K in a day, right? What does that require? What do you guys think that requires? 100K in a day.
Different mindset.
Volume.
More work.
Output.
Like content and marketing. Because you need to run ads if you're going to push that kind of volume in what we're working on. Okay, and what you do is you want to do an ad to something for free. Get my free guide on how you can qualify for a loan. Get my free guide on getting your first 20K credit card. All that is free. You want to do the ad to something free, not to book a call, not to that. Something has to be free. So you can collect the name, phone number, and email. The data. Okay? And going back to the content, there's a fun fact. 65% of your videos, right? Like you have to hook them in the first 3 seconds. 65% of the people will watch 10 seconds of it. So that's powerful right there. Some of you guys are doing content. Hey, my name is so-and-so. Like nobody cares. Right? What value are you going to give me? So anytime you do a video, which we're going to create some content at the end, like hold something. Like, you think this guy will stop a scroll?
Yes.
All right, Chucky, we're in Halloween. Like, he'll stop a scroll. You know? Hey, I just got my Chucky here, 20K in 95 days. You know what I mean? Like, he'll stop a scroll. because you want that. You want to hook someone. If you're not hooking someone, right? We're competing, guys out here. We're competing with OnlyFans girls. And that's real. I need to grab their attention because they're just gonna scroll away and go somewhere else. I need them here. So those first 3 seconds, we're gonna do an exercise where we'll have someone on here and we want to share like the best 3-second hooks for their business that you can use. I don't care if you're a plumber, I don't care if you're construction, lending. The first 3-second hook, that matters. All right, so our next guest that I'm gonna bring up. So I kind of, fanboyed when I met her. So I've been following her, I don't know, probably like 5-6 months. I don't think she even knew I was following her. But I liked her content. Like I fell in love with her vision and like how she would get attention. So just to let you know, I don't want to just fluff. I recreated one of her videos. And I'm gonna show it to you guys. Because that video, I'm sorry. Oh, should I have it right here? And I told her about it too when I met her at the event. It's right here. All right, cool. It didn't do as good as I want to, but it's all the numbers game too. So don't get like, oh my God, the video, right? It goes back to like, if you get 100 views, 100 people in a room, that's a lot of people. Be proud of that 100 views. All right, and then that'll push you to get 500, and then 1,000. This one got only 3,400. I say only because I'm used to. So this was the video that like. So I saw her do it, right? Kind of emo, and it was funny. My daughter played emo. Oh, cool, thank you. You watching the content. I appreciate it. So I watched a lot of her content. That video, I was like, hey, let me see if I can recreate it. So I was like, I pushed the sound bar or whatever, and I just kind of recreated it. I know sometimes with my team looking at me and I'm putting like an earring on my lip. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? Hey, just watch. And I kind of mapped it out. So I want to bring to the stage. And then real quick, and I want to share something special too, because I feel like this is a different kind of entrepreneur. Today's her 21st birthday, so give it a round of applause. Michelle Vega. And I say that because, it's your birthday and you're coming and, bless people with information. So I appreciate you, Michelle. Thank you so much, okay? You're my op.
I wish I was 21. I would have way less bills than I have right now. Way less debt and everything. Aloha, guys. I'm Michelle Vega. Thank you for having me. So is everybody here from California? Because I'm not from here, but yeah. So anybody from out of state? Where are you guys from? Tennessee. What you doing here? That's hella far. Okay. Where are you from? Kansas. I don't even know where that's on the map. In the middle somewhere? Okay. That's what's up. So I'm close to you because I actually have my home in North Carolina. So we kind of neighbors and all of that. So I grew up in Jersey. That's where the accent from. It's not from North Carolina. I would talk way more Southern. But I'm here to talk about content, a little bit of business, a little bit of everything. I'm very happy to be here. I just recently kind of moved to California over the last couple of weeks. So I'm excited to be here too. So social media has helped me a lot in my business over the last 10 years. I actually turned 31 today. Today is my birthday. I'm 31. And it's so funny because I had told him, I was like, yo, the 15, I was like, yeah, I could do it. It's my birthday. He's like, no, it's your birthday. I'm like, no. I work every day. And I really do. And social media has become part of my job every single day. And when you think about social media like that, you start doing it way differently. And I'll explain that today. So 10 years ago, let me backtrack. When I started in real estate, because that's what I do, I knew I wanted to do social media. You know, I had MySpace back in the day, and I was kind of good at it, right? MySpace was so messy too, right? Because remember, y'all, we used to have like our 5 top friends. Imagine we did that today. We would get in trouble with our family, right? Hella trouble. So I knew I wanted to incorporate all of that into my business. I just didn't know how. And I'm not like typically a shy person. But when it came to talking about a business that I was new in, that I didn't know how to express, my first video on Facebook, I freaked out because it was a live video. Who has done lives here? Who does lives? All right, y'all do it regularly? No, it's like scary at first, right? But my first live video, I was so scared. Like in the first like couple seconds, I swear to God, I put my pet turtle in it and I was recording him instead of me. And I swear, like people think it's like a joke. Like, nah, if you go scroll to my Facebook, my first live video ever was of my turtle because I was scared. So anyways, it happens, right? I knew I wanted to incorporate Facebook. I knew I wanted to incorporate Instagram. And I just didn't know how I was going to be able to leverage all of that. So just by like a show of hands, I want to understand what y'all use every single day, right? How many people use Instagram every single day? All right. And the ones that do use Instagram, how many of you guys are actually posting every single day? I like y'all over there. You know what I'm saying? Okay. All right, cool. What about Facebook? All right. Why do people not like Facebook? I don't get it. Everywhere I go, like here in Cali, like they don't mess with Facebook. Isn't Facebook like from here? Like, I know it's kind of like all meta, right? But okay, cool. So Facebook. And what about TikTok? All right. And how many of you guys are posting regularly on TikTok every single day? So you be posting every day, you. Okay. What do you do?
I'm a content creator and I'm a life relationship coach and a consultant.
Oh, you be doing some therapy stuff on there. I'm gonna follow you. Us realtors, we need all the therapy we could get. I'm gonna actually, can I write on this? Yeah, you said I could write on it, right? Yeah. All right, I'm gonna put my, okay, cool. I'm gonna put my IG here because obviously I want y'all to follow me after today. Uh-oh. There, that's my IG. So, that's my Instagram. I hope y'all follow me. Okay, so when I started my business in real estate, I was living in North Carolina. I grew up in Jersey. I moved at 18 because I wanted to be an adult, so I moved over there hella far from Jersey. And I wanted to be all independent, whatever. And I told my mom I'm leaving. I'm going to North Carolina, and I had to figure it out. My mom's right there, by the way. She came to visit me for my birthday, so she. So when I started real estate at the age of 21, a few years after I arrived in North Carolina, I didn't know anybody in my state. I'm like, who the hell am I going to sell houses to, right? I didn't know what I was going to do with my license. And y'all know, like, if you have your own business, right, in the beginning, it's very scary because you're like, oh, shit, like, I'm really doing this, right? And if you're in a state where nobody knows you, right, like, what the hell are you going to do? So I knew I had to start somewhere, and social media was probably the fastest way to be able to grow that. The reason I like Facebook, and in the beginning I liked it even a little bit more, is because, think about it. I don't know about y'all, but all my family was up in Facebook, right? All my tias and tios and cousins, and I'm Hispanic, so we're a little bit all chismoso and stuff, knowing about each other's lives on there. So I knew that I had to get on that platform in order to sell houses, so I started doing it every single day when I got into real estate. And I at this point when I started, I knew I had to start posting every day, but I didn't realize how important it was. In order for you to get visibility consistently online and play nice with the algorithm, you have to post consistently, okay? Every single day. And in my business at the time, I'm talking about 10 years ago, realtors didn't get on social media the way they do now. Like, all my platforms are filled with like all types of realtor videos, and they incorporate a lot of funny stuff, but 10 years like that wasn't a thing. So I knew I wanted to be a realtor on Facebook and on Instagram. I just didn't know how. But I also like a robotic type of realtor, like this is the countertop, like this. I didn't want to be one of those. I wanted to be like uniquely myself, right? And business owners, sometimes we have a hard time identifying like what is going to be like our brand. Does that make sense?
And understanding that from the jump in your business is going to be super important because you need to understand who your audience is going to be. Okay. For those of you guys that are posting regularly, how many of you guys think to yourself, like, damn, what the hell am I going to post today? Like, what do I say? What do I do? What ideas? Who struggles with that? I still struggle with this sometimes. It's very hard, right? But I think the first thing that you guys have to do as business owners is focus on who is going to be your audience, right? Who are you going to attract? And in doing so, it doesn't necessarily have to mean that you have to be like the typical whatever person, whoever is in your industry doing the same thing. And that's kind of where I set myself apart from all the other realtors, because I was like, I'm gonna be myself and I'm gonna do music and I'm gonna do funny stuff and I'm gonna dress like this. I ain't like wearing no suit and tie. That wasn't my thing ever. So I'm not gonna pretend I do. And in doing so online, I was able to attract my own people. And I thought to myself, like, they don't like me. I don't like them either. I don't want to work with them. So once you identify that and you start posting like your own stuff, you'll realize that you actually start working with your own tribe. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to share with you guys like a few things that helps me post every single day. That can help you in your business only if you do it consistently. I do a lot of these seminars for other realtors and I tell them like, bro, if you're going to take my advice, please like take it and do not do it like once a month, because realtors, they love to flex online, and the typical realtor thing is like the flyers, like just sold, open house, close escrow, open house, just listed. Yo, I tell them that is the most boring shit on the planet. Jesus Christ, you know what I'm saying? The flex is out of control. And if you gonna hop on the ground and tell people once a month that you sold a house, you might as well not post at all, right? So if you are going to take this advice, I'm gonna write a few things down. You wanna do it every single day in your business, okay? So right now on Instagram, I started taking it like more seriously over the last 2 years. I'm about to hit like 74,000 followers. And then on Facebook, I have like over 20,000 followers. But the engagement, like over 30-day span, is usually over 1 million views on both of my accounts. So that's, yeah. Can I keep writing on this? How do I? All right. All right.
You guys give her a follow on Instagram? Yeah. You guys are a follow so you guys know it'll all align. It'll all full circle.
I'm struggling here with this little thing, but bear with me. Okay. All right, cool. So first things first, right? I feel like a teacher. I don't get to write a lot, so I'm excited. Stories, right? Stories doesn't help you really grow your following. Okay, that's cap, right? It doesn't. But stories helps you stay engaged with the people that are currently following you. Now, look, I get it. Yeah, some people are like, oh my God, like I don't want people to know, like, I'm a more private person. How many people of you guys have your own business here? Okay, so you can't be a private person. Shut up. Right? So you guys got to put yourself out there, right? So the stories is a way for you to stay engaged with your current people, right? So you guys need to do it. And I do not suggest that you guys share other people's content, because you guys have to have your own content, right? So whether that's a story like, like in your job, having coffee, out, doesn't matter, but you need to stay engaged and you need to let people know you alive, you doing well, you eating right, you know what I'm saying? All of that in your stories, okay? And here's the thing, right? It needs to be like, think about stories like it needs to be somehow visually appealing, but it needs to be something. You need to do it. Most importantly, because if you guys have your own business, the worst thing that can happen is like you're scrolling through the gram or on Facebook and you see, damn, your family member just used somebody else, one of your competitors. In real estate, it's like a stab in the chest when we see like our cousin buy a house with another realtor. They're like, damn, every realtor complains about that. It happens, but for the realtors that's happening to them all the time, it's very simple. It's like, yo, your cousin don't know you sell houses because you ain't put it out there. You know what I'm saying? So for you guys, before y'all cry about your family member, your cousin, whoever buying something with your competitor, it's probably because they forgot you doing it, you know? So your stories needs to be at least like 2-3 a day minimum, okay? Now your posts need to be every day, but like, dude, at least one, okay? I'm gonna show you a hack, okay? Sometimes I wake up in the morning, I'm like, damn, I feel ugly, I don't wanna post. I feel ugly, I don't wanna post. You know, it's like a girl thing. I'm like, damn, I don't wanna post, I don't wanna do my makeup. I struggle with it. I'm like, fuck, I don't wanna do it today. So we have content in our own phones, in our camera roll, right? And we just don't repurpose the content, okay? So there is such a thing as using the same content and posting it again and going into your camera roll and editing and just, again, repurposing that content, okay? But the important thing is to post every single day. Yo, and in the beginning, you're not gonna be perfect, but we gotta get there, right? Consistency is key. Are you guys doing like trending audios and trending reels? Yes? Yeah? All right, kinda. What's the last one you did? All right.
I think for us we do like a Frenchie. Our dog, we have a Frenchie, so we kind of use him like how Austin. Not Austin. What is it, Gecko? Little Gecko. He's like our little mascot, so we do one with him sometimes. But you know, you call me out because it's not consistent.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Okay. Well, you didn't tell me your last trend.
Well, actually, it wasn't a super high trend, but it was talking about the 5Ks. We actually did 2 5Ks back to back. So.
Okay, like was that running?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's so cool. I don't work out, so I hear it's great. All right, cool. So the trending stuff is cool. If you could sprinkle it in there, I know I get it. Like, oh my God, like I'm not gonna do that, but you gotta do it sometimes. You're trying to grow your following, right? And then like editing stuff, right? How are y'all editing right now? On what? What do y'all use? Okay, yeah, edits. I still haven't figured out edits. Bless your heart. I don't even know how to use that. It was like too complicated. I was like, I learned CapCut. I'm like, okay. So CapCut is my favorite, right? I remember seeing a thing where like you get more engagement on Meta if you use their app, blah, 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 which is the edits. I don't like, I like using CapCut a lot. You could do a whole lot more, I feel like, editing wise. But in the beginning, it's going to feel like a different language, right? Because you're not used to it, but you have to start somewhere. And there's so much AI right now. I think that it's going to be a lot easier for you to use anyways, regardless, okay? So use CapCut, but it doesn't need to be all the time. You can use any, as long as you're doing something. I want to go back to kind of like what you were saying. Am I going over? Okay, all right, cool. The 3-second rule. So I've always said it's 5 seconds, 3 seconds, 5 seconds, it don't matter. But your first couple of seconds, right, in the video needs to be the most important part of your content, right? Because you need to make it engaging, like visually engaging, like verbally engaging, but you need to, the first 5 seconds is the most crucial part of your content. I agree with you, because with the whole like, oh, my name is blah, 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 realtors do that shit all the time. They stand outside their house and be like, oh, my name is Michelle. I work for this. I'm standing outside. Yo, I wasted 10 seconds introducing myself. They know who I am because they see my page. And I just like, yo, we got attention spans of like little squirrels and shit. So we got to think about that when we post it. Think about how you guys watch content. If you guys see something boring in the first couple of seconds, guess what? You scrolling. So why wouldn't your audience do the same? If you boring, you're not going to get followed, right? So the first couple of seconds is super important. Did you have something to say? Sorry. Okay. Yes, exactly. So the first 5 seconds, guys, it is the most important. Who uses ChatGPT every single day, bro? ChatGPT. Yo, ChatGPT is changing lives out here, for real. Yo, my mom started using story. Can I tell it or not? My mom using ChatGPT way too much. I don't even know what's going on. She don't even write her email. She just uses it all the time. Like, Ma, you gotta sound like yourself a little bit, one here and there. But anyways, I joke around a lot with my mom. I'm gonna shut up. Okay, so ChatGPT, yo, if you don't know how to do a hook, chat with ChatGPT because they there to help you out type thing. You know what I'm saying? Not all of us can be super creative. I get it, right? But that's why AI, you should be using it. You could literally go to ChatGPT and be like, yo, I'm hella like not creative. Like I need to grow my business and I need a few hooks to help me post content and be as like raw as possible. And they're going to teach you how to like be able to put that content together. So use it to your advantage. All right, so short form content versus like long form content. I don't do TikTok, I don't do YouTube, I do short form content. When I post on Instagram and Facebook, if I'm posting reels, because reels should be the number one thing that you're doing, okay? You need to, like, I don't like to make super long videos because you always need to think of the attention span of your audience, okay? 100%, you need to be doing that. So I think that if you guys just do like, if you guys are starting, I would say you keep your videos under 30 seconds. And then I would talk to ChatGPT about visual hooks. Because when you guys are posting content, how many of you guys are actually doing educational content? Okay, cool. So educational content is cool, but you need to make it fun. Like your content is fun. But educational content, I see realtors do it all the time, right? They go on there and they talk about how you could get a house with low down payment, blah, blah, blah. But there is no actual motion in the camera. There's no cuts. There's no change of scenery. It's like a straight shot, like they just set up the tripod and it's so boring. You could convey the same message as long as you, like if I want to stand there and shoot something and convey a boring ass message, at least let me make it visually appealing. The same thing, but I would cut it up, edit it, and every shot for me, when I edit, is like no more than like 3 to 5 seconds. That's it, and then I change it, even if it's a different angle, but it has to be visually appealing. So if you go on Instagram, you're like visual hooks, you're gonna get a bunch of ideas and videos. Yes? Cool? Does this help a little? Yeah? Yes? Okay, cool. So I want to tie it back to kind of what I'm doing and why I'm here and all of that too, because that's important and why this helps. Yo, when I was in real estate, when I started, I was broke as shit, okay? Broke, all right? Broke. And I know some of you guys probably starting your business too, y'all was broke. It happens, right? But I think social media has completely changed my business, just changed everything real estate overall for me, especially going into a new state. You know, for 6 months, I did the traditional whole thing of fucking door knocking, like cold calling. And even though I've always been good at sales and I could do all of that, I'm like, yo, social media is the modern day way of door knocking. Like I can engage with so many people at the same time. In 6 months of doing traditional real estate, which is all the boring dinosaur stuff, right? I didn't make no money. My first sale came from Facebook. And I remember I was like, oh my God, if I just continue doing this, I can make a lot of sales. So I went from making no money. I sold 66 houses after that, my first year of real estate. Then I sold 100, and then I sold 100, and then I sold 130 my last year in production. In 2020, I started a team. So in current day, I manage 35 realtors back in North Carolina remotely. I'm very involved in not just social media, but I also built a real estate investment portfolio. So I was able to build a portfolio up to 80 properties that I bought. And then I also, I'm very heavily invested on the mortgage side of the business. So I basically wear a lot of hats in the industry, and that's because I was blessed enough to find this social media platform to help me engage with people. So I went from being broke as fuck to being here, and it's all possible if you guys really believe in yourself and put yourself out there on social media. You guys are all entrepreneurs, I see here, and I believe that aside from your business and what you guys want to create, you guys probably have different ventures that you want to do, and probably including real estate, I'm sure, right? So the number one thing that has made me successful in real estate is being very well versed on the credit side and on the mortgage side specifically. And I help a lot of people that want to get not just into investments, but maybe think they can't buy a home because whatever their situation is. So I don't help rich people. I never have. It's not my thing, right? I think it's because I was never rich. It wasn't a thing, you know? And I know the next speaker, who's one of my business partners, is going to come up here and talk to you a little bit about that. But it's amazing what you can do as far as like different avenues of making money when you get well versed on mortgages. If you want to get into investment properties or whatever, and you want to leverage that and understand real estate, that could just open a whole new avenue for you aside from what you're doing right now. So I hope that this has helped, and I hope that you guys lock in and really do this content because it could really change your life. And I'm telling you from somebody who was broke as shit and 10 years later is doing all of this stuff and is here in California, you know? So I don't know if anybody has any questions or what's poppin'?
How important is the, you know how like you can, what is it called? On your reel, where they start watching the video.
Mhm.
What is that called? I don't know. Huh? Not the insight, but like, no, the, like, on your
Where it says
feed.
live?
No, on your feed, where it shows them.
The cover?
The cover. Your
The cover photo, yeah.
Yeah.
It is important because even when you guys are scrolling through your, like what you watch on your Discover page, is always called, I don't even know, right? You see people's cover photos and that's what's gonna engage them to click your video, right? So yeah, you need to have a cool cover photo, at least change the cover photo to somewhere in your video where it's like visually appealing or like they understand the message, but it is very important. And I look at it like, if you guys go on my Instagram, like I call it like an artistic profile grid because I like for it to be colorful and blah, 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 but that's just my style, right? But you want it to look nice because your Instagram, your Facebook is the modern day resume. So when I go on your page and I see like, I want to see something visually appealing to me. So for sure, it is very important.
Maybe a basic question, but how do you differentiate somebody that goes to a story or goes to a post? How do you make that call when you're putting content out?
Well, my posts go on my story eventually, but stories are just like on the fly type thing. You know what I'm saying? Like your story right now could be like out here doing content and credit, 2 seconds type thing. But
When you make a post and you go to a story, is it to trap stuff to the post?
yeah, it's basically to let my followers know, like, yo, I just posted. What's goodie? Check out my post. Any other questions? Aloha. Who's your wife? Hey, wife.
No, we did it off on the trend, on the 6-7 trend, like if they're saying 6-7.
Uh-huh.
These like 9th generation.
Yeah.
But as first time home buyers, we're using the FHA home, but I wanted to see like the most that we can get, like for fourplex, like what would your recommendation be for?
Wait, we're talking about the 6-7 song or fourplex? What are we talking about?
I just do that trend. No, but it was
Okay. You know, I never even heard that 6-7 song. I just did a video like for the Fetty Wap 1738 thing, and I'm about to hit 1 million views on it, and everybody in the comments is like, my kid's 667. I don't know what the hell that is, but.
It's a song by Skrilla, so he referenced like 6, 7. It's a kid thing, I don't know.
That's what's up.
so creative.
Okay.
Like, getting this video, but
What's the fourplex question, bro?
it was just, I really want to go for the fourplex. My wife says, hey, just go for a duplex.
You guys own your primary right now? You guys own your primary residence right now?
No, first time home buyer.
You just need to get into a house. Don't worry about a duplex, a quadplex. It doesn't matter. You just need to get into a home. Like, I don't know what availability they have for multifamilies in California, right? But yeah, does it make sense? For sure. You could do like FHA loans up to 4 units, right? Like a quad. And all those options are out there. But as investors, sometimes we get stuck on like, oh, I want multifamilies. You just need to get into your primary residence first. If a year goes by, right, and then you want to buy something else, you can always buy your second home with 5% down and then rent out the one that you currently bought. So you can always upgrade and do different types of loan programs.
It's only like, hey, we can use FHA, we'll sit on a single family.
Yeah, but you just, if you could find one, for sure, you know what I'm saying? But if you can't, just get into your house, bro. You know what I'm saying? Dude, my first house was like $150,000 in North Carolina hella years ago. That shit looked like a circus inside. I'm like, damn, bro, I was getting one for $150. I'm like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I just got into that. And then after that, I rented it, and then I bought a duplex for $165,000. And then I got tired of that shit. I'm like, fuck that, next one. You know what I'm saying? So then you just keep going. Just buy one. You be straight, bro. Any other questions? Oh,
Do you utilize hashtags and do you customize your audience on Instagram?
yeah. So funny because hashtags is there to like link your videos to like, you know, the hashtags and all of that stuff. But I follow like this guy. Oh, damn, I forgot his name. But I also follow the CEO of like Instagram, and he just recently came out and said hashtags don't even like help you grow, right? The algorithm was always changing, right? So I may say no today and it could be something different tomorrow, right? But the audios do help, right? If it's trending, for sure it will get you more traction. Yeah. Yes.
So, you said that you wear several hats in creating content.
Yes.
How do you manage that if you have several businesses? Do you add them all in the same IG account?
Well, first I'm a little,
Agent, I'm a life insurance, and my home essential provider.
I like that. You're a little crazy like me.
Everything, but I don't know how to essentially kind of put everything into one account.
Well, you're an insurance agent. What else?
I'm sorry?
You're an insurance agent and what else you said?
Realtor.
Oh, you're a realtor. I lit.
And a home essential provider. So kind of like a one-stop shop for.
Okay. You want to separate that online though. Yeah. Because I manage like 6 different social media pages for things that I do. Yeah. So like my Instagram, like the ones that you'll follow me on, you're like, how the fuck is she selling houses on that? It's to connect with everybody, realtors, professionals in the business, but I don't sell houses on that page. Like I sell houses on my Facebook, and that content goes directly to my audience. It's Spanish. It's like, you know, all Spanish speaking, but it's all motivational content, walkthrough videos, different audience. So that's what I'm saying, like find your audience, and you can create multiple pages. So I would separate all of that.
Separate them?
Yes.
I know my brokerage, they have their own canvas and their own CapCut, their own whatever they want you to use. So
Yeah.
just separate.
Yeah, separate it and don't use Canva. That's so boring. You got it. You got it.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
I love how you're intentional about the 6 businesses that you run. That's really great. And one question is, what are your top 3 prompts on ChatGPT if you're going to share them?
I don't know. I don't use ChatGPT to really help me create content. Like I use like the actual platform. I'll like look at people's content to get ideas and stuff. ChatGPT, I use it to organize my ideas. Like if I'm gonna collab with you on something, sometimes I can't really explain myself or kind of organize my thoughts, so I'll use it to do that. But I do use it to translate my stuff to Spanish because it's kind of like, you know, sometimes messed up my Spanish. I ain't gonna lie. And yeah, I don't know, but it does work if you're trying to create like hooks or content ideas. It's a good start for sure. But then after that, you won't need it. You'll be straight. We're good on questions? Yes? Okay. All right. Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
I wanted to, so Michelle's working with eXp Realty, and her primary business partner are the mortgage lenders. John Delgado, he's gonna come up and speak. For those of you that are just like interested in a house or, you know, first-time home buyers, it's a great connection to have. I personally known John from, I don't know, 4 years ago, back in the days, and he's always been solid. Like, you know, John, he is who he is, and I think main thing is like, some people fall through the cracks sometimes, and some people just, they're people, right? And every time I hear John's name, I always hear great things about him, and people love working with him. So he's gonna come speak about what he does and how he can, you know, help you guys navigate anything you guys are going through. So John, you wanna come on, brother?
Oh, yeah. So hi guys, I'm John Delgado from the Mortgage Lenders. I work really well with Michelle and a lot of people in eXp. So if you want to follow me, should I just do it with my finger? There you go. See, it's real simple. The real John Delgado. There's a funny reason why I did that. So I started creating my content, right? And I don't know what happened. So I was trying to get really big on social media, getting a lot of followers, getting a lot of clients to help them buy a house. And I don't know what happened. It's probably because the old brokerage I was at, a lot of people started making fake pages. So I was like, I need to change this because a lot of people put John Delgado, this and that. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to put the real John Delgado. And then I bought the, what do you call it, the blue mark? That check mark. And bought that. I was like, okay, now they wouldn't do it. So that's the reason why I did that, because it was different before. But honestly, I'm here to kind of help anybody out. A lot of people here are business owners, right? So I know you asked the question about FHA. So right now you don't currently own? Okay. So a lot of people get confused with like, hey, I want to buy my first house and I want it to be 4 units. It doesn't always have to be 4 units. Like Michelle said, you want to get your first house first. You know, I have 3 houses. My first one, all 3 are single families. It doesn't mean because you buy a fourplex that you did something better, especially right now with rates. You know, a lot of people I don't want to buy right now because of the rate. At the end of the day, it's never, ever about the rate. It's always about what's your current situation and what makes sense for you. Because, you know, you hear stories, right? Back in the day, our parents or people older than us, they bought a house. That was their time. Right now, it's a different, way different, especially after COVID. Like people were talking about 70% of the people during COVID have a 2 to 3%. 70% of America. So imagine who's gonna wanna sell their house? Majority of those are 2 to 3 to 4 units. So that's why you gotta really think about what makes sense for me today. And that's automatically, if you don't own a house, buy a house. If you're gonna live in it, perfect. If you're gonna buy investment or primary, there's so many programs. Most people go with FHA. FHA is the best, especially if you're gonna live in the property. A lot of people ask me, hey, can I buy my first investment as a primary? Yes, just live in it for 6 months. And after that, if you're gonna depart, go somewhere else, that's totally fine. We can help you buy another one, or you can rent it out and go rent somewhere else. So there's loopholes. So like, don't follow with the because we talk to clients every single day. Gets me interest. What's my interest rate? What's my payment? I'm like, look, what are you looking for? What's your situation? So you always have to talk to a good loan officer and a good realtor, because both of them together is what's going to get you the best house, the best loan, right? Because you'll talk to a good loan officer, but a bad realtor, you're going to get a bad experience, and they're going to put you on a house that you don't like. So it's very important to talk. I've worked with several realtors, several lenders. It's very important to find out what makes sense for you, okay? So I don't want to bore you guys so much with loans, but since we're talking about content, my thing when I started in the mortgage business, I was kind of like, how am I going to put myself there? I've been in the business for 15 years, but the first 10 years, they were all being processor, loan officer assistant, receptionist, janitor, you name it. I did everything. I was out there cleaning restrooms. I was out there getting the desk ready for clients to come in. But you have to be a sponge in any business you want. You have to learn from the bottom. So when you do want to be that entrepreneur, loan officer, realtor, credit company, you have to learn from the bottom. So when I did that for a long time, I was kind of figuring like, how am I going to go out there? So people know me that as a guy helping loan officers close their deals. So I was kind of, how am I going to do this? Most realtors know me. So what I did, I started posting a lot of reels about information, but it wasn't working, right? So I was like, what do I want to do? There was somebody, who was it? I think it was in my leg. I went to one of these conferences where I saw Santiago. It was, I think, a driven event. We were out there, of course, it was like $5,000. But I learned a lot, sit down with them. They're like, what you need to do is reach out to people. So a lot of people get, I don't want to text, I don't want to DM someone, I'm going to sound desperate. Who cares? You're a business owner. People are not going to come to you. You have to go to them. So I started literally tagging random realtors every post. I literally, like, everybody's like, why are you doing that? Why are you tagging me? Because I want your business. Look at my video. Give me a chance. And a lot of times they'll send me the hardest deal and I get it closed. Guess what? Now they give me all their business, right? That's how you have to do it. It doesn't matter if you're doing insurance, mortgage, real estate, construction. That's how you do it. Like if you're in construction, I will tag people that maybe follow them and be like, hey, if you're interested in fixing your house, I saw you just bought a house. I'm going to tag you. I fix yards, or I do loan models, whatever. So that's how I got big. I started tagging random realtors that maybe other LOs work with, or other realtors through EXP or other real estate companies. And what happened 2 years later, I started working with like 50 realtors. Then guess what, right? We started learning like, oh man, how am I going to handle all these realtors? People want to meet with me. People want to talk over the phone. Then what I did, I started building a team. Because, right, we can't really grow if we don't have the foundation. And I learned that when I was a loan officer assistant. And when we did that, Ariana's right here, she's my personal assistant. She helped me out, kind of build the system, and then I started hiring loan processors and everything. The reason why I say that is because I want you guys to understand that with content is very important. And like, it honestly doesn't even matter what you're saying as long as you're real with your business. So tag people if you're trying to get their business. Like if you're doing insurance, tag a bunch of realtors, tag a bunch of loan officers. They did that to me. Now some of them, I work with them. Just go out there, don't worry about it. If you think you look, like a lot of times I think I look dumb on my videos, but it's just us. So don't be embarrassed, just go out there and do the work. But honestly, when it comes to loans, who here owns a house right now? Who doesn't? Okay. Let me ask you, you don't own a house right now?
No.
Is there a reason why? Is it because of the rate? No. Good credit, okay. Right there, guys, credit. And we get that a lot, huh, Michelle? A lot of people worry about the credit, and sometimes it's not even the credit. It's a very easy fix. I'm pretty sure Santiago knows how to fix that. I know people as well. It's a very simple fix, depending how fast you want to move in. There's clients that I got them from 480 to 700. I'm pretty sure Santiago knows what to do. That's the easiest part. The hardest part is finding something that's what suits you, right? If you want to live a certain area, if you want to start a certain payment. Like if you're a first-time buyer, you want to go FHA. Why? Because it's a better rate, mortgage insurance is lower. But if you want to buy units, FHA as well, because you can go up to four units, only doing 3.5%. And you can get a better rate. Like today, a lot of people ask me, what's the rate today? It just depends on your FICO, how much down payment you're going to put, and what's your scenario. So like right now today, FHA, you're probably looking at 5.7 to 6.25, depending on FICO. Conventional, 6.6 to 6.9, depending on credit and how much down payment you put. So maybe we can talk after and figure out what we can help you. If it's today, or if it's in a year. Like we have clients that are ready today, in a year, just makes sense. And if it's just a credit, that's an easy fix. Like I know people that get it done in 2-3 weeks and you're ready. And just clean, you start brand new. That's the easiest part. And now, who in here, you said everybody else owns a house? Who owns a house here again? Okay, who owns 2? Who owns 3? Awesome. And let me ask you a question. So on the second and third, were you able to use the hack of when you're primary and you went to your next house, you put 5% down? Yeah, perfect. So a lot of times people don't know that. Like, hey, I don't want to buy my first house and then my second house, I have to put 20%. You don't. If you live in the property for 6 months or a year or more, we can use that. Hey, I'm going to upgrade. Or hey, I'm going to downgrade. I get a lot of clients all the time. Right? A lot of times what happened, people move to Victorville, Hesperia, but they work in Long Beach. I get a lot of clients like that. And I'm like, hey, sit there for a year or two, get to work, you start pushing a lot, and then you get a better job and then make more income. Then I'll be like, hey, don't worry about it. Give it a year or two. We'll circle back. Like, hey, you know what, John? I'm doing really good. I want to buy another house. I want to move down here to the Inland Empire. Now you went from like buying a house for $300-$400 now to like $500-$600. So, and what you can do is like, hey, I've been here for a year, so I'm just gonna depart. We'll use the rental market for that property and covers that, and whatever income you're making, whatever income you're making, you're qualified for a house here. And you could do that over and over and over and over. There's clients I've helped do that like 7 times, as long as it makes sense, right? Sometimes you'll be like, oh, I'm just gonna do it. I'm like, what are you gonna do? I don't know, I just wanna buy a house. I'm like, no, we'll have to go 20%. It has to make sense. So you can do that. That's a lot of hacks. Now there's down payment assistance. I'm not a big fan of down payment assistance because what happens with down payment assistance, yeah, you get the $20,000 you need for down payment. Oh, a lot of times what happens is that you distracted me. I'll talk about what she said. So anybody here on the taxes, do you guys file a lot of income or a lot of negative income? Raise your hand if your income is 0 or negative on your taxes. Okay, but you're running a business? Awesome. So a lot of times, like I had a client yesterday walk into my office and he's like, hey, he runs a meat market, carniceria, and he makes probably crazy $300,000 to $400,000 a month, but his taxes are negative, right? But I'm like, hey, guess what? There's a program called bank statement loan. And if you're a primary, you only have to put 10% down. If you're making that kind of money, you have 10% at least, por lo menos, right? So there's those programs. What we do is let's say out of the whole year, you made 300,000, we only hit you with a 20% expense ratio, and whatever's left over is your yearly income. And you only have to put 10% down. So a lot of business owners take advantage of that. Or we tell them, hey, file your taxes. And they're like, oh, I don't want to pay Uncle Sam. No quiero pagar el gobierno porque me están robando, right? And I tell them like, no, don't worry about it. Like, if you want to file your taxes, you have to make this much money. And now you're going to owe Uncle Sam 20, 30,000. Or you go 10% down. And your 10% down, let's say for a house for 500,000 is 50,000. But I guess remember, a lot of people forget that down payment goes towards your house. So when you put it into your house, it's just sitting on your house. When you pay Uncle Sam, it's gone. You never get it back. So when I educate them like that, they're like, oh, that makes more sense. Yes, because it's sitting there. It doesn't go away. But clients don't know that. You have to explain that to them. So that's a really good one if any of you guys are interested in the bank statement loan. Any veterans here? There it is. He knows about, awesome. So VAs is like the best of the best. They get no PMI, the lowest rates. And the cool thing right now, I have a client right now, he lives in San Diego, and now he's gonna move to Houston. So the trick about VA, if you wanna know, do you own a house right now? You rent a house, but you don't own? Okay, so I'll talk about two things. So when you're a veteran, if you've done your active duty, you just need 2 years or currently while you're in service. Or if you did reserves, you just need 6 years. And then you can buy your VA and take advantage of 0% down. So with them, you put 0% down. You could buy up to 4 units, 0% down, use a rental to help you qualify. And let's say you want to buy a house. A lot of times what people do when you're in active duty, they'll buy a house next to the base. And you know how you guys get your BH? That whatever, let's say you're getting 4,000, that BH is covering your mortgage while you're still in active duty or you're in reserves. And a lot of times they'll be like, hey, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to have 4 of my buddies at the base. We're all going to live there. And you're literally making rent off your people. And people, that's a big hacks that a lot of people do, especially veterans. And to say you do own a house and you're going to go from San Diego to this, one of my clients is going to Texas, but he's still not done with this active duty here. He still has 2 more years, but his wife is over there. So the rule is, as long as your spouse is going to live in the property, they will still help you buy a house 0% down. So a lot of people don't know that. So if you, let's say, you know, I'm done here, but my wife's going to move to Texas because family or work, you can take advantage of those programs. So just in case. Huh? Correct, if you're married. If you're not, get married. If you want to take advantage of that. If not, don't get married, man. Huh? No, it's funny because for veterans, right? What happened? It is a hack. So the only downsides for VA is that the only person that could be on your loan is your spouse. And the only other option is if you have a family, like let's say your dad, but you still have to put at least 15% down. So then it doesn't make sense. So a lot of times I've had clients like, hey, they've been together for a couple of years, like, hey, how bad do you want the house? You know, like you ready to get married? And sometimes they do, honestly. I've had clients get married right before we open escrow and they got their house. You know what I mean? That's all it takes.
Is there VA products for investment property?
So yes, there is. So they are investments. So you do have to put a down payment, but people don't know that. You can even refi investments, VA and FHA. So you can do that all the time. A lot of people don't know that, but you can put at least 15 to 20%. Yes.
Can you talk about FHA and VA rate reduction? I feel like a lot of people don't really know that information either, and I think it's really helpful.
You're talking about like refinance?
Yeah. Like
Yeah, so
streamline.
no, 100%. So like right now, let's say we have a lot of clients. Let's say you buy a house today and you get a 6.25%, right? And the way the market's looking, the way it's trending, it should be going down. So let's say after 6 months go by, the rates are at 5%. So you don't have to do a whole refinance. You could do a streamline. For VA, it's called an ERL. What you can do is you could just, all they do is drop your rate and they charge you just little processing fees. There's not really a whole much money out of pocket. And then you just start over for 30 years. Sometimes you can even do less term, right? You could just leave where you left off depending on the product. But a lot of people, I tell people like, hey, don't worry about the rate. You're dating it. What you're marrying is the price. And a lot of people get scared in this market, like prices are going to drop. Prices are not going to drop. After I just told you 70% of the people in America have 2 to 3%, you think they're going to sell their house? No, inventory is so low. Those are 2 indicators that are telling you that prices are not going to drop. Now, what would happen, rates will drop because they went way too high, right? So that's where you come in and take advantage and buy a house. And then the year goes by, you refinance. You could do a streamline so it doesn't cost you money. You don't have to do an appraisal and you don't have to show income. So a lot of people be like, oh, I bought a house, but my income dropped. Don't worry about it, but just do a streamline. And then you drop your payment $500.
Can you take cash out with that and leverage it to buy other things?
Yeah, if you're gonna do a cash out, you do have to do a regular refinance, show income that you're gonna qualify, because now you're taking out money out of your house and you have to show the bank that you're gonna be able to pay it. But if it's just a regular drop rate, you could just do a streamline.
Generally, when the interest rates drop, don't the home prices usually go up?
Yes, that what happened in COVID, right? Rates were at 2% and everybody wanted to refinance. It's crazy in that time because most people were refinancing than buying. But to answer your question, yeah. So that's why I tell everybody, like, don't focus so much on the rate because they're really just dating the rate. And then when, let's say next year, if they're in the 5s and you're already bought, you don't have to worry about the competition because the rates go down, competition goes out, and more people are gonna want to sell their house. Because I know a lot, I've helped a lot of people. I've helped over 100 last year, and right here, we're already way over 100 this year in this market. If you know what I mean? And it's not easy because in this market, when you're trying to sell 6, 7, 8%, in the beginning of the year, they're almost at 8. Last year, they're at 8. And people are not loving the payment. They're like, man. But a lot of times there's people that have to move, right? Like, my landlord's moving me out because I've been paying $800 for the last 10 years. And he's like, I need you out. I'll pay you out because the other guy coming in is going to pay $3,000, right? So I've helped a lot of those people, but yeah, man, it's just when rates drop, prices will go up and then inventory will go up. And who knows, in this market, if there's not many people who want to sell their house, you're going to be like what happened in COVID. You're going to have like 40 people outside one house just to try to get a house. So that's why I tell people right now is that this is why a lot of investors are buying their houses right now. They're flipping them and they're sitting on them because right now is not a good time to sell. And then wait 2 years when the rates drop to the 4s and 5s, that's where they'll sell it and make their money. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of people doing that right now. They're making a lot of money. Any questions? I don't want to bore you guys. I know lending is boring. Yes.
I already have a multi-unit property, and now I'm ready to buy another property. But the person who helped me with my loan the first time says I can't do that, that I could just only now buy a single family resident, that I did this backwards.
He's lying.
Call John.
Everybody's like, the people that own more than 2, they're like, no, so he doesn't know. So don't get mad at him. He just doesn't know because he hasn't done it. No, I don't get, a lot of loan officers, some have been doing it for a long time, some have not. It's just a lot of times they haven't been put in those situations, right? So I've had clients go from a 4-unit to a 3-unit to a 2-unit and to a single family, as long as it makes sense. So I'll give you an example. I have a client right now. He owns a house in Lucerne. It's a big house, right? And it's a 6-bedroom, 5-bath triplex. And you're like, man, this is huge, right? It's all attached. But then he's gonna go buy a duplex. Actually, my bad, a single family with an ADU. So people are like, oh, he's not gonna qualify. I'm like, we went with 2 other lenders and he called me and I helped him. I don't even know why he went to look for another lender. But he came back to me like, hey, it's funny. You know how it is. People are trying to get So I was like, all right, let me look at this. I'm like, all right, this makes sense. Why? Because the house he was living in was huge. And the house he's going in, he's older. He's downsizing. Even though it's still 2 units, he's downsizing. So to answer your question, if you're a 4-plex, if you live in one, let me ask you this, on the unit you live in, how big is that unit? You like how I went like that?
The front house is way bigger than that.
952 square feet.
So now you can go both ways. You know what? I'm gonna buy a 3-plex, but the one I'm gonna live in is a 3-bedroom, and I used to live in a 2-bedroom. That's the trick. So as long as you can sell that with the investor, they'll fund your loan.
I need your car.
Yes, I've done that several times. It just has to make sense. That's why you need to have a good lender and a good realtor, because if you have a good lender and the realtor doesn't know what they're doing, they're gonna put you in a house that is, I'm always gonna say, this doesn't work, this doesn't work, this doesn't work.
The realtor is great, it was just the guy with the finance. He's not ready, so.
No, for sure. we can talk about it. There's so many ways around it, guys. So many ways. You can go from a single family to a 4-unit as long as, because that's why a lot of people like to go 4-unit to down because it's a little easier. But if you're going from a 1-unit, let's say a 2-bedroom, 1 bath, 900 square feet, and then you go to a triplex, but that 1 unit is a 3-bedroom, 2 bath, 1,500 square feet, easy, all day. Any other questions?
Let's give it up for John.
All right.
I had one quick question, John.
Yeah.
What was that content you did about you dressed up like George Washington?
I'm trying to go on that, and a lot of people liked it.
What was it? Well, I mean, I didn't.
So it was funny, it was my sister-in-law's birthday.
Uh-huh.
She wanted to do like an 1800s, I don't know what movie it was.
Okay.
It was a movie that she liked, so we were drinking some whiskey, you know, when alcohol hits in, I'm like, let's do a video. So I sat down and all my brother-in-laws like, oh, we're gonna hype you up, so I did it. So I was like, I need to do it, so I'm gonna start doing some content on that.
What was that? The idea was maybe like you doing it like a house back in the days. That's how it was.
Yeah, I was signing
Gotcha.
the declaration.
Okay. Cool. Hey, give it up for John again one more time, guys. All right. Just bear with me. Give me like 30 more minutes. We did start a little late. It was supposed to start at 7, but a lot of people had traffic issues, so I just wanted to, definitely make sure they get it so they can hear all the speakers. So our next speaker, we connected, I think, like, I don't know, maybe 6 months ago. 6 months ago, I don't think he liked me. I don't know what it was. Maybe I was friends with her, and I don't know. He didn't like me. I don't know what it was, but I liked him. I liked him. But no, we connected really good. He does what Mark does in his own way, right? Like, I feel like there's no competition when you're doing your own thing, right? They're actually, collabing on a lot of stuff. And I think a lot of people are always, I don't want to do business with Chris because he's doing the same thing that I'm doing, right? And I feel like if you guys can collaborate, you guys can do way more together because now you're like, well, hey, Chris, what do you do for leads, right? If you have good intentions, right? There's people that, they're just, like I said, it goes back to people are people. That's why I only rock with people that I feel like, hey, you're genuine, you're authentic, I like your vibe, let's work together. So, don't worry about someone else that's doing the same thing you are, because you are you, and people are going to gravitate to you. And I've loved this content. He's creative, right, in his own way, and I feel like that's really powerful because he's him. He doesn't try to be someone he's not. So I'm going to bring to you guys Paolo the Source. And real quick, guys, there's the coffee ladies about to head out. So if you want your last cappuccino, latte, or whatever, please just grab it and come back to your seats real quick, and then we'll give them a few.
I love coffee, so grab your coffee. You guys are boring, by the way. You guys are very quiet, so grab some coffee, and we'll start a bit.
Yeah. Okay. Nice to meet you, Patricia. Sure. Close enough. No, Santiago. Oh, no worries. Are you from here? Oh. No, I get you. No, I get you. Yeah. You have a.
I'm so glad I came here.
Contact stuff.
I've been needing to use this app because I just made business cards. I'm not gonna go had a really good time.
When do you go back to Wichita?
Actually, I don't know. I haven't even figured that out.
Oh, nice. Texas?
Okay. Yeah.
Welcome.
But I actually came up here to like
really glad you guys put it out there.
That's why we have this house, everything, build, you know, bring people, space to, yes. I'll do it on my own, with my own capital, but try to tap into institutional for bigger deals.
No, yeah, for sure, like, congratulations, being a hard money lender, like, I feel like that's everyone's kind of cool. Like, yeah, lending money is number one thing,
Oh, it's
like,
risky,
being
but,
the bank is like, another story, yeah, it's risky, but everybody's always in a position, or sometimes, I'll give you an example. Cause I'm a loan officer, that's kind of why I came out here, so all the and I don't, actually, I came out here and I thought this was like, right, maybe I'm gonna learn something, and then I was like, Michelle, so I was like, maybe she could tell me something about marketing, cause I'm trying to market, but my marketing is more like inside sales, it's not like I post a video, if I do, I'm not really, my target audience is not the general. Business to business.
We're having like one next to the other week.
I never thought I'd meet a girl like you. Meet a girl like you. With auburn hair and tawny eyes. The kind of eyes that hypnotize me. You hypnotize me. And
Want someone walking? Yeah, right, good. Just follow the yellow shirt.
I ran all night and cloud appeared above your head. A beam of light is shining down on you. Shining down on you. The cloud is moving here still.
All right, guys, do me a favor, take a seat real quick because we're about to start. And then Paolo's going to definitely give you guys some good business resources.
And I ran so far away.
Yeah.
I just ran.
75 hours, 75 hours.
All night
And today's my first day of 75 hard.
I couldn't get away.
I did, I told you. See you. I told you. I said, yeah. 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock. All right. Yeah, so my first one was at 6 o'clock. Hell yeah. I promise. Every Friday. All right, guys, please take a seat. Please take a seat so we can, you went to it? What time? Did you go to it or you didn't finish it? Then you got injured. And that's when you got injured, no?
Yeah, so I have, like that.
That's what happened.
Wasn't looking for anyone to be mine. Thought the love was just a fabrication. Dream I wouldn't step in my station. Home alone, that was not excitement. Solitary confinement. So when I met, I was skirting around you. Didn't know what to be for love. Didn't know I was looking for love until I found you. Didn't know I was looking for love. Didn't know I was looking for love. Just there you stood and I would all I wanted to say how I felt and not be misunderstood. Thousand stars came in.
All right, guys, please do me a favor. Please sit down because we're about to start again. You guys didn't hear my first joke? You guys want to know how Warren Buffett does a mic check? You guys want to know how Warren Buffett does a mic check? 1 million, 2 million, 3 million. All right, guys, please have a seat, please. Hey, guys, have a seat. I want my Marine voice to come out. Hoorah!
Gentlemen, please grab your seats.
Anthony, you're always good at that. Have your seat. You can have your food at your seat. Please have a seat. They got open seats. Please sit down. If you got your cafecito. All right.
Didn't know I was looking for love until I found you. Didn't know
All right, let's go.
looking for love.
I don't want to lose momentum. All right, everybody got their coffee. We got a couple more people.
Didn't know I was looking for love.
Email. If you guys are sitting down, what I want you guys to do is, whatever your industry is, if you can, ChatGPT, what is a 3-second hook I can use in my plumbing business, in my real estate business, in my lending business? I want to see what you guys are coming up with. So if you can Google that, hey, you know what? In my solar business, what are a 3-second viral hook?
I've got
See what
nowhere to smile.
see who anyone got the first one?
Got the most perfect song.
Come on, guys, come on. You know, action takers, money makers. Action takers, money makers. What do you do? I'm sorry. Oh, you're stylist. Okay, cool.
So I'm a salon suite owner. I'm a stylist. I typed in what are the 3 viral hooks for my salon suite business, and the first one that popped up is they said renting a suite was risky. Now I'm fully booked every week. Yeah, there's 2 more. If you're still working in a salon and dreaming of freedom, this is your sign, which I have used, and that did well. I stopped splitting commission and started keeping 100%. Here's what changed.
What I would do, like, use those hooks, but I would, like, literally have someone come and put a wig on them, like, messed up, right? And just be like, hey, I went to my cousin who says she does hair. Can you help me? And then, you know, you kind of like gravitate to that. I like the comical aspect because people, like, if you got restaurants and you, like, let's say you do plumbing or you sell real estate, everyone's doing the same shit. Like, literally, separate yourselves from, you know, by doing your own stuff. A lot of people, your own style, but comedy always, I see more people doing comedy than I'm like, oh, okay. I would have not thought that dude doing comedy, but he's doing comedy because it works, right? When you get someone in with a laugh, you're already, that was something free. You don't know how bad it was, and then you're like, you made him smile, like, oh, dude, that was kind of funny. All right, so what'd you get? What'd you get for your ChatGPT?
For one that I miss you, don't make them struggle too.
We're gonna start like in 5 minutes.
So one of the ones that I got, it says, regarding to life insurance, it says, they'll miss you already, don't make them struggle too.
Hey, you got me right here. Damn. Cool. Anybody else? You got one? A hook? 3-second hook?
I turn good credit into massive amounts of capital.
Good credit into mountain and massive capital. You got one?
Well, the one that I used one that did pretty well.
Nice.
It was, are you so gross that you're too scared to die?
Damn, that's a good one. Okay, so real quick, before I bring Paolo, hooks are important because it stops scrolls, okay? Anytime you do a video, hold an object because it will do 3 times better than a video that's you're not holding anything. It could be something small, it could be something big. Hold something because the viewer will, it'll hook, you'll pull them in to the object, right? That's why that video that I did, 2 things that I did. One, I was showing money. If you show money, people were just like, oh, what is this guy talking about? Okay? And my video started with, hey guys, I hate showing money, right? So people already came in with that because I had money. Like, okay, what is this douchebag talking about? And that's how the video did great. It was 2 hooks. One, the money, the object, and then the other one was, I hate talking about money. All right, so that gravity, it was a little controversial because I'm here hating talking about money, but why am I holding money? Okay, controversy always will do good. Controversy will always do good. In the credit, something that's controversial, this one got me like 2 million views when I said, add your kid to a credit card. That right there, you'll have so many comments saying, oh, by the time he's 18, he's gonna have a bankruptcy. Like, what are you doing? Why are you ruining your kid's life? Right? But they don't know the importance of you add your kid to a credit card and he's gonna gain all that history. Okay, so if you say something like that, controversy. And don't be discouraged if you do a video and you only get, I'm telling you, 200, 300 views. That's cool. Do it again. All right, do it again with a different style. Okay, another thing, why that video did good, that did 1 million, I had a t-shirt that said drug dealer, quitter, entrepreneur. So people were looking at that like, okay, this guy's got money. It says drug dealer with a line, like, what's going on here? Okay, so all those things, psychologically, I'm keeping the viewer on your page. So Instagram will reward you as long as you keep them on your page. Remember, hook them for 3 seconds, 65% chance of them staying on there for 10 seconds. Majority of my videos are less than a minute. Not longer than that. Just, I wanna hook you with enough value to bring you in and then educate you on my other videos. Okay, I say this because 2 years to get 7,000 subs on YouTube. 2 years. One video, 60,000 subs. One video. That one video went super viral. I was like, what's going on here? My subs are just going up. I felt like Mr. Beast. Like, oh, shoot, right? And then I talked to my mentor. I said, yo, what's going on? Like, it's like I'm overnight. He goes, no, you were always consistent. Yes, that video launched you, but those other subs saw the other videos that you had posted. Raise your hand if you posted on IG more than 1,000 times. More than 1,000? So you have 1,000 posts on your IG? Let's go. I don't think so. I'll put money. How much? Okay, keep trying. No, I'm game. Oh, and he got Grant Cardone. That's Grant Cardone right there. Okay, now that's great, right? Now he has so much social proof. So when someone goes to his page, they're gonna see all that, like, oh shoot, this guy's got a lot of traction, a lot of videos, so that gives them social proof. Okay, so damn, who can beat that? 5,000. I don't think no one in here. Yeah, he already got a t-shirt because he drove like, hold on 1 second. Cool. You said what? The t-shirt, you know, a lot of attraction. Let me see, let me do one more. Who here has never boosted a post? if you've never boosted a post? Never? Cool. Sleeping on money. Those are leads that can boost a video that you can chat GPT. Hey, create me a viral content video with my salon. Put everything about you. In the video, it'll tell you literally play by play on what to do. All right, you don't need an expert. Just record. Hey, record this section, and then it's going to tell you go to another room and record this, and then you piece it all together. You can hire an editor. There's like a whole bunch in this room, but also like I always like to throw in this because, you know, I always like to throw in Fiverr because some people don't have editor money, but you have $30, $40, you can go have someone edit a video. That's all it takes. And then that video, let it get some organic traction and then boost it. Okay, the videos that do good organically will do even better when you boost it. All right, that's literally a gem, but you're boosting it because you have a call to action. Like, hey, you know, click the link for more. Remember, give out something for free. You know, what would you give out for free? I'm kind of curious myself. You being in a salon, what could you give out for free?
I'm doing a luxury salon, and the prices are what I'm trying to maintain. So part of it is I'm including the rituals that were at the previous experience, and then as a first-time guest, I'm including a haircut. That way, yeah.
Nice.
Just because that's typically what people try to barter you with once they are brand new. So, and then it kind of gets some of the problem out of my way too. But they feel like, oh, okay, this is how much it was in value. I'm getting that
Okay.
as a treat. So.
Like an insane offer. Like they can't resist. Okay. Cool.
Sometimes I add incentives like take home care bags, just to help with what they
Okay.
do. Right?
All right, nice. I like that. Always give something for free or add the value if they get whatever they would normally get. Add something for free. All right, guys, so everyone take your seats. Like I mentioned before, sorry, I just wanted to give you guys a little bathroom break because I know we didn't give you guys one. So, like I said, this gentleman, I thought he didn't like me. I don't know, because he's, you know, I'm better looking than him, or I don't know what it was, you know, but no, I'm glad we connected, and, you know, he's now showing up to the office a lot, which I like. We get to connect, we get to build, and, yeah, so I'll bring you guys up, Paolo, the source.
So I'm gonna take 15 minutes of your guys' time. By the end of the 15 minutes, my goal is for you guys to leave with some value, something for free, and possibly $50,000. It's actually really simple. My name is Paulo Valenzuela. Paulo, the source, is my Instagram handle. It's my social media handle. And I'm gonna tell you guys a quick, see if maybe it's not that funny, but the person that was sitting right there is my other half. I met her 2 years ago at an event that I spoke at. When I spoke, she walked out of the room, right? Never paid attention to me, none of that. Kind of like right now. Exactly my point, okay? So this is why, and the reason I bring it up is these rooms are what can make a difference for you, your business, your they say your network and your people around you really matter, but it's the effort you put into meeting people, talking to people, things like that are gonna make the change, okay? I bring that up because it's super important. I've met a lot of cool people within this room already. I was here last week. Like Santiago said, I go to the office more. I have my personal office in Costa Mesa, so imagine. They call, hey, you wanna come hang out? Damn, what time is it? If it's after 2 o'clock, no, there's traffic. So my biggest thing is relationships. I've crossed the nation doing events like these in order to plug with other people that need money, okay? I understand one thing and one thing only, is that every business has the same issue. It doesn't matter what business you have, it needs money, right? If you have good cash flow, but you're just debiting everything, you're not seeing your money, right? And most importantly, you're losing out on opportunities like free vacations, right? These are the little things and structures that we build for businesses in order for them to maximize. Now, Mark and I do something very similar. We sell money, okay? But I like to think that I'm a bit more creative. We help individuals from personal to business understand how to acquire 100,000, 500,000, some SBA, whatever it is. The idea is that don't count yourself out, okay? there was the mortgage lender asked how many people own homes. There's a couple hands that went up, and essentially that's where that $50,000 offer is. So if you own a home, you can get $50,000, no risk to your home, no risk to a lien, no equity play, no nothing, just by being on title for 1 year. This is where I say I'm creative, right? We have so many products with money that we have access to that helps businesses. How many people here own a business? How many people can use an extra $50,000? Okay, it's very simple. The thing is, after doing this for 5 years, I've been able to plug in with underwriters, bankers across the nation, okay? By flying there, doing that. Now I'm gonna take it back a step because we're here for content. I'm the least amount, I'm probably the black sheep here doing content, okay? But everyone says something super important. The real reason why content is super powerful is when you're actually getting loans and you tell people that you have a business, you have a salon, they can actually fact check that by your Instagram, right? If you actually say, hey, I do X, Y, and Z, they can fact check you and actually use that information to approve or deny you, okay? Another reason why I love social media, I don't carry business cards. East Coast, business cards are still a thing. Everybody likes, I tell everyone the same thing. I'm gonna lose your business card by the time I get to, I'm just terrible at it. Like, I'm really just terrible. How about we get on Instagram, right? So they start seeing my Instagram, my social proof, and I educate. My biggest task is to educate how money works for businesses. Does that make sense, guys? So that's my biggest task. I love to see good credit, bad credit. I take clients from having bad credit to good credit to having business credit, okay? I own a credit repair company because of it, right? So again, it doesn't matter the scenario, the situation you may be in, there's always a way to get to the finish line and getting business credit, okay? Now, again, most people's issue is, I don't have enough capital, right? Or I wanna buy another fix and flip over there in the back, but the down payment can actually come from business credit. You don't have to use your liquidity, right? Or it can come from that home loan I'm talking about. So the idea is to be very creative, how to essentially use the bank's money to keep leveraging and keep growing, okay? Our average client can come in with a 680. Our goal is to get you over to 740 fairly quick so that you don't have to pay interest, all right? We have methods where we teach people how to leverage $50,000 for 3 years at 0% interest. How much money can someone say comfortably from that $50,000 you would make? Anyone? If I give you $50,000, 0 interest, how much money can you make from that? Anyone?
At least 100.
At least 100. It costs you nothing to make that 100. Do we understand? Do we get that part? Do we? Now everyone's gonna think, what about the payment? I need to carry a payment. That payment's gonna cost you $500 a month. So you're gonna take this $50,000, you're gonna go ahead and make $100,000 from it, whether it's a fix and flip, whether it's growing your business, ads, etc., more content, right? But you're gonna flip that money to make you guys more income. Am I connected right now? Yeah? So this is why I'm a little bit different. I get really creative and understand everyone's business profile in order to maximize your guys' goals, okay? My biggest obstacle when I started, I actually started as a wholesaler. Does anybody know what wholesale is by chance? Yeah? So real estate agents right now are like, damn, this guy's a scumbag. But, you know, I started as a wholesaler. I did 51 transactions and I actually got shut down by the 10 DLC. 10 DLC is basically I can't call or text out. I didn't know what to do at that point. I was just like, damn, I can't close deals, so I'm not making any money. But I knew credit. The way that I funded my $100,000 real estate business, I borrowed $100,000 at no interest. And in 12 months, I doubled it. Paid back my $100,000 and kept the wheels turning, right? Did it again, borrowed another $100,000. Still not using my money. Eventually, thankfully, I was able to reach $250,000. And I stopped using credit at that point. Good pros and cons. Why did I stop using it? I wanted to invest more into property. I wanted to put that money into fix and flips. But I didn't know fix and flip at the time. I didn't know flooring. I didn't know anything, you know? So, but I knew a lot of people within the industry doing it. So I started lending my money into deals. And even if I was making 20%, 30% of my money, I was happy, right? Obviously, nothing is guaranteed. But again, all this money is at 0% interest. That's how I started making my money. The capital starts coming back, and you start paying it back. Now, these are creative ways where we love to help our clients. So here's the free part. I probably talk really fast, guys. If you go to paolothesource.com, there's an absolute free course. There's no credit card. I built something entirely free so that people can sit there at their own time and see how they can leverage their personal bank, how they can learn business credit, how the same methods that I've helped my clients with, and we've done over $20 million in funding for clients, is within that website. So if you go to paolothesource.com, you're gonna learn absolutely for free. Why is it free? I truly believe that I'm here to help as many people as I can. And if I help your life 1%, then I accomplished my life goal. Money comes and goes, right? But if someone says, dude, I learned this free course and I met it from a meetup, I am super successful, and 1%, everyone can be better. So I built that course with purpose for you guys to learn, and we give it to you guys absolutely free, okay? So if you go to paolothesource.com, you can Google Paolo the Source, everything comes up. My social proof is literally on Google, and that makes it more powerful, and I really love that. I'm really proud about that. But it's taken me 5 years to do it. I've been doing this for 5 years. I started in real estate thinking, I'm gonna be a big shot investor. I'm gonna have multiple houses, right? And the truth was, I wasn't selling, I was just on the hamster wheel, right? So when I got shut down, I had to shift. And I shifted to the one thing that I understood. It was money, okay? So I really wanna open this up for questions. I love hard questions. And the one thing that I do wanna touch on topic before I move forward is if your credit sucks right now, that's okay. I'm gonna tell you why it's okay. I actually couldn't buy a house recently because my credit took a shit. Most people won't actually admit that. Most people are like, I'm gonna come up here and talk a bunch, but won't tell you the truth about how business works, right? So I'm gonna tell you guys a story, not to bore you, okay, to kind of educate you. When I say I love to teach, and we did this, everything that's in there, I put myself through it. This is why I know it's bulletproof. This is why I'm really proud of it, okay? That's how I got my money for free. That's how I started my business. But things happen. If you call me one day, Paul, I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z, and I tell you, don't do it, the bank's gonna kick you out. It's because I've been through it. I've actually been blacklisted by Chase, okay? I'm kind of proud about that now. So being blacklisted by Chase was very hurtful. To give you guys a long story short, when I started in the money business, we used to liquidate people's credit cards so you can go get the credit, turn it to cash, buy your fix and flip, your investment, etc. or service. Essentially, eventually, someone did a chargeback on me, and it was $35,000. Lady said I never gave her service, the whole nine. I got social proof, text messages, video proof that I was gonna use as a review for my website. Sent it to Amex. Amex said, yeah, denied. You're gonna pay that. Cool. I just lost $35,000 for helping someone out. That's the first time it hurt. Why do I tell you the Amex part? You have warrants on anything you buy for 1 whole year. It doesn't matter what card you use, but if you pay for a service, if you pay for, let's say, hey, I don't like the way you did my hair, I can go ahead and file a complaint with Amex and I'm most likely gonna win, okay? Even if it's a year later. So again, that was the first pain. I get a call one morning. I'm thinking it's spam. I'm thinking it's like fraud. Someone just trying to catch me slipping. It's 8 a.m. People are calling. All of my Chase accounts, personal and business, get shut down, okay? Lady on the phone says, nope, Chase decided to shut you out of the bank because we chose to, and that's it. Cool. What happens to my money? At the time, $100,000 was a lot of money for me, and that's exactly what I made. There were 6 figures, $127,000 to be exact. Well, last night it was 127. This morning, 0. Fuck. I don't even got gas in my car. But I had credit. So I started stacking it on my cards. Rent, gas, car payments, everything to run my business. Eventually, I racked up $50,000, thinking my money was gonna come back. My money comes back, I'll pay it off. Cool. It wasn't the case. 2 years later, well, let me backtrack that. My money goes missing. I don't know what to do. This whole process with Chase takes 2 whole years. I get into a lawsuit with Chase, and they basically, at the 2-year mark, they say, if we move forward, we will go with merchant fraud or wire fraud. I asked my lawyer, what does that mean? That's 7 years minimum in jail. $127,000 wasn't that much money no more. See ya. I didn't do anything wrong, but the reason I bring this up is the education in that course is everything that I've gone through. Not buying a house right now has probably affected me more than people know. I'm not crying, my nose is just running. Why does it affect me? I need a place to live, but I couldn't do it because of my credit. I bring it up so you guys don't feel defeated. I bring it up so you guys know there's a solution, right? There's a solution for everything, and that's the most important part about looking at businesses. The most important part about credit is that there is a solution. Don't feel defeated, look for help. I can help you. There's a lot of people in this room that can help you. Okay? So again, the value of this was understanding that there's a solution for everything. And can I get a round of applause if you understood there's value in what I just said? I really appreciate it. I honestly really appreciate it. People will not talk about their negatives. They won't talk about how hard it can get, okay? Number 2 was the free part. I'm gonna repeat it one more time. I'm not gonna write it on there. followthesource.com will teach you how to get your first 50, your first 100, your first $150,000 absolutely free. And if it helps you, send me a postcard and say thank you. I'd appreciate it, okay? Or a review. I like your thinking. Let's go back to content for 2 minutes or a minute. A quick minute. Why content is important. I didn't do much content when I started this and I regretted it. I was more worried about network because I needed relationships. And I understood one thing. If I keep going across the nation when people invite me and I'm there, they're gonna count on me. And I know that if I build those relationships, bankers and everyone else will love me a little bit more when I send them business. They'll process my applications when I send them business. Okay, so I do regret not starting content earlier. Now I have my other half somewhere, wherever she's at in the room, because she's never in the room when I speak. Founder, everybody, a round of applause for Jessica, just because she always leaves. Really, thank you. She pushes me to make content all the time. She'll tell me, stop recording, you sound like shit. You're like, fuck, that should hurt, you know? Do it again. Fuck, all right. You're giving it your all. Still sound like shit. Do it again. All right. The point is that having someone really is beneficial, but looking at yourself and being honest with yourself when you make your content is a plus. Don't be afraid to be yourself. This is me. This is genuinely me. Some people might not like it. Some people might. Fuck it. I'm at where I'm at because I chose to be, not because anyone made me. So be who you want to be. And the one thing that I did take from this room, and I want everyone to help me. Everyone talked about content. I'm the least person. I'm the black sheet of content, right? I'm trying, I'm struggling. I haven't even posted today. So we're gonna make a quick story. Everybody up for it? Yeah? I appreciate you guys. So let's see if we can angle this. We're gonna start here. Let's see if I can get Instagram to act right. Does anybody ever press record and the thing just gets like stuck? Or is it just my phone? Yeah? Okay.
17, bro. He making money.
Nah, bro, it's a picture. It's a picture. It's a wallpaper. Nah.
Freddy Krueger and me got a fight.
Yo, we're here at Credited Content. This is a beautiful room. Everybody make some noise right now. Thank you so much. Thank you, Santiago, for bringing us out. We really appreciate it. Again, you guys, this is all it is. I might look dumb. I might not. You guys, I'm out of here.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Hey, give it up for Paulo one more time, guys. Show a hand. Who, real quick, I want to see who really values their content. All right. So, who has posted since they've been here more than twice? Okay. Now we have 5,000, bro. you up there? Okay, so more than twice, good. More than 3 times? Anthony, come on. Okay, so twice is good. Let me see. I'm trying to. I think he's just got the. You can't be 5,000 plus posts, man. I'm at. How many posts do you have, Michelle? On your IG, like. Paula. Okay. I think I have like a. 1 second. I'm gonna. 1,800, 1,900. Okay. How many do you have? Someone? I'm sorry. What's your first name?
My name's Nicole.
Nicole. Okay. Nice.
It's not on my Instagram.
What's your Instagram?
Nikki Pretty Bello.
How do you spell Nikki?
Nikki Pretty Bello. It's a black business card on it.
Got it. This your Instagram?
Yes.
Damn, you in the right room.
Yeah.
She got 13 posts. Wow. I mean, I'm saying that because, like, how long have you had that Instagram?
Not very long.
Okay. Yeah, definitely what, Michelle was saying, post every day. Every day, that's a positive, possible lead, at the end of the day.
Since the end of July 31st.
Okay. I'll give you a follow.
Thank you.
All right. No, but I say that because there's no such thing as a bad post, okay? A bad post is still better than no post. Literally, okay? Don't get discouraged. Who cares if, how many hate comments I get on mine? Like I made a video of me lighting up the Cybertruck. I don't know if you guys saw that video. Well, anyway, some dude said, you put lighter fluid on your sweater, so I was tuning in to see what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? But like, I don't care. Because you look at their profile and they got less posts than her. Like, you know what I mean? Like the people that troll literally are doing less than you. So literally just post, make some content. I have 2 of these to give away. You get one. All right. And I have another one at the table. You probably have one, but I'll give it to you. And guys, thank you. Thank you for coming out. I know we started a little late, okay? And I always say this because this is what it takes if you're trying to level up. Who sacrificed something to be here? Raise your hand. Literally, right? And these are the rooms, right? We have birthday girl here on her birthday, talking to everybody. Like that right there is entrepreneurship 2.0 right there, right? Not your average person. Like, I'll shoot you the date. Nah, bro, it's my birthday, bro. I can't, man. I'm going out, getting a little steak or something like that, right? So if you really want to be an entrepreneur and you know that the amount of hours you got to put in, right? It's like showing up on your birthday. So I really appreciate you, Michelle, for coming on your birthday. Happy 21st. Thank you again to all the speakers. John Delgado, the real John Delgado. Make sure you guys follow him on IG. And then real quick, who has a blue check mark? Like who's, okay, I don't have one. Not to say that I should have one, because I should differentiate people that are fake or something, but I wanted to get one when like you couldn't get one. You get what I'm saying? No, I mean, I don't want to, just a little, but when everybody was like, dude, so one of the reasons I created the book that I did have Como Se Dice Credit is because I thought by you being an author, they will blue check mark you, right? Because you're kind of like, you're an author, you're a celebrity, you're verified or something like that. So that's why I did the book. And then I remember talking to one of my boys, I don't want to show his name, but he just paid $15,000 to get check mark. And how he was going to get the check mark, they made him like a singer, singer through Spotify or something like that. And that's how he was going to get his check mark. The week he told me that, literally the week he told me, oh, bro, I paid $15,000, I'm about to get my blue check mark. IG announces, for $14, you can get a check mark. I was like, wow, and I still haven't got my check mark, but still, value your content, guys. We're gonna stick around here a little bit. If you want to create some content, just shoot some video or something, we can do that. Thank you guys for coming out. Make sure you guys are following the speakers. Just connect with them. I'm sure somehow, some way you connected with someone. I know they didn't really share their story, like their background and stuff like that. But when Michelle spoke, I heard authenticity, right? When John spoke, I heard, hey, he knows his shit. You know what I mean? And those are the kind of people that you want to be around. Paolo definitely knows his shit. What I like about Paolo, he will give you the whole fucking roadmap. Here, this is how you get 50K, 100K, right? Alex, who knows Alex Ramosi? He's giving out shit for free so you can make 3 million and then go mess with him, right? Not many people are doing that, right? So his free shit is giving you value. Like imagine their paid stuff, right? Because their paid stuff is just on a different level and it just gets you more, more creative. I tell people, if you can't handle a $1,000 credit card, you're not going to handle a $20,000 credit card. So if I give you a $20,000 credit card and you max out 1,000, you're not going to handle a $20,000 credit card, and it's going to put you in a bigger hole, right? But if you know how to make money, the $20,000 credit card will just be easier because you have, 20K. I mean, just how this will help you, even boosting, right? Even boosting, not even Facebook ad. Literally, boosting is like a 5th grader can boost a post so you can get more leads. Imagine boosting, $100 a day. You know how many leads that'll give you? How many follow-up you can possibly get? How many names and numbers and emails you can get for 1,000, right? That's so much ROI, but you have to leverage it. Don't be scared. Start with $20, start with $30, whatever it is. But if you have the 20K card, you have the capital to make you more money, right? It's all about leads. And it's all a numbers game. If you have 100 leads and you can convert 30% of those, that's more to your bottom line, all right? But you're getting more eyeballs to your content, all right? Value your content, guys. I appreciate you guys coming out. Definitely, speakers will be here for 5-10 minutes. Take some pictures. You guys have any questions? Oh, okay. Yeah. Hey, YouTube Live. Appreciate you guys tapping in. How many do we have? 2 people? Right now, there's 4. Hey, you know what? Give it up for 4. Oh, hey, that's what's up. I love that. And that's 12 more eyeballs, right? 4 more eyeballs that not necessarily would be on. And that's what I'm just trying different stuff. I'm not perfect at content. I'm just trying different stuff. I'm failing